Turn me down just a little bit, Nick. Or Blue, one of you guys, turn me down just a little bit. Yeah. All right, that's good. Yup.
Get out my way, get out my way, baby. Get out my way, bitch. Get out my way, bitch.
Get out my way, bitch. You stupid dumb bitch. Get down on your knees and suck my dick.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm mad as shit. Fucking with you and your mama ain't shit. Come by your house, what do? Treat me like you don't know me, treat me like I'm Blue. What? I don't give a fuck anymore. Just doing the thing. I'm kicking in the door.
Get out my way, bitch.
Get out my way, bitch.
Get out my way.
Get out my way, bitch.
Move, get out my
Get out my way,
way,
bitch.
Move, get out my way, bitch.
Now, a bitch don't mean to be a broad. A bitch is a nigga who goes far. Yeah, he try to put you down, keep you out of the space, try to keep you in town. It's time to do my own thing. It's time to make the shit ring. It's time me to pull out my thing and do the bang, bang, bang. Yeah, fuck all you motherfuckers, man.
Get out my way, baby.
Everybody's a sellout, nigga. Sell your souls, nigga.
Get out my way, bitch.
But I'm going old school way. I'm going old
Get
school.
out my way, baby.
Yep.
Hey, here we go. Get out my way, girl.
Go.
I don't need you anymore. I thought we were the beginning, the end of our story.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you, get out my way. I don't need you no more. Head on out the door, baby. Hey, get out my way, bitch.
Get out my way.
Move, 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 move.
Get out my way.
Get out my way. Get out my way.
Get out my way.
Get out my way.
Get out my way.
Don't try to stop me, baby.
Do what you do.
If you don't want me,
Mind your own biz.
mind your own
Stay on your grind.
business. Stay on your
And
grind.
do what it is.
Cause I'm gonna stay on mine.
Stay your path. And kick them niggas in the ass. All right, let's do this show, Blue.
Let's go.
I'm heated. Fuck, it's about to get down. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. To the #1 show that you will hear anywhere in this country or any other continent in the world. You're listening to Out of the Blue, starring Blue Mitchell, Maria,
Hey, it's your girl Maria.
and your boy Danny Green. D. Green. Out of the blue, y'all. Where anything might come out of our mouths, out of the blue.
A good opinion is everything.
Maria,
It's Maria.
and your boy Dannon Green. D. Green. This show will contain anything you may think you might not hear.
You know when you can't get back? Time.
Which means it's out of the blue.
Maria.
We'll say something that you may not even think we may not be thinking about.
Are you for real?
Pay attention, everybody. Understand.
That's why the show's called Out of the Blue.
Blue Mitchell.
Ladies and gentlemen,
A good
ladies
opinion.
and gentlemen,
Everything.
ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
They said that out of the blue.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We used to hear that phrase all the time. Man, that came out of the blue.
Yeah. This your boy Blue Mitchell, and you are tuned in to Out of the Blue. And I'm with my boy D Green.
D Green, what up, Blue?
Oh man, just trying to live this life God gave me.
Man, it's a life too, ain't it?
It's a life to believe. And we're waiting for Big D. Big D's on his way on the 101. You know what I'm saying?
Looking for a sausage patty if he's listening to us, I'm quite sure.
And we got our man, the Honorable Elijah, Nick.
Yes.
Shalom to the people.
Shalom. Yeah, salam alaikum,
Hey,
brother.
D Green, what you been doing, man?
Man, trying to stay off the motherfucking... Okay, let me calm down. I just been chilling, man. Nah, man, I've been crazy week, a good week. Man, got the phone call about my documentary.
Okay.
I don't know if I told you last week, but there is a group that is interested in possibly turning into a docuseries.
Oh, okay.
So we got that going on. I did an interview last night with my guy, Muhammad, my boy Ricardo Muhammad. He's out of the East Coast. So I did an interview with him.
Okay.
Because I'm starting to do more interviews and stuff about the project.
Okay.
Just, man, really just working it right now, Blue. Just grinding really hard, trying to stay focused.
Okay.
I got some backing, so I got to take advantage of that. Some financial backing.
Okay.
And,
On another project or
I got backing on my comedy special.
Okay.
I'm writing my hour comedy special right now.
Okay.
I got that backing, and film-wise, I've written a number of films. I finished another one. There's a film that I had written in the past that I'm bringing back to see if we can do that. But we're about to venture into helping one group with the film, but then also on my own.
Hey man, is there a spot in there for me?
Blue, if anything, goddamn, I'm gonna allow you to sing 2 songs and put some music on it.
Okay, all right. I got some acting skills.
Okay, well, you know what, Blue? I can't promise you that. I'm not gonna be like a lot of people promise you shit.
My IMDb ain't empty.
Yeah, MB. Well, first of all, it's IMDb.
Okay, well, that's why I was trying to
That's
tell
why this nigga ain't got no work.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
This nigga looking on
I was trying to make sure
MEDB.
I wanted to make sure you knew what I was
okay,
talking
yeah.
about.
See, I know. Nick, this nigga, he said EMDB. I thought this nigga was an emergency. But nah, Blue. Man, Blue, man. We talked about it just a little bit earlier. You and Nick and I, man. I'm grinding. I'm really trying to. I'm trying to make sure, man, that I stay focused on what Dannon Green needs to do. At the end of the day, that's the guy we got to look out for. You know what I mean? And
Let me ask you a question. You
Yeah.
said you was keeping the beard till COVID, but like
no, I said until August.
Well, no. Originally, you said until this COVID thing.
It's over.
Stay home is over, but it's kind of
It's coming back
Over.
in. No, it ain't.
no. The stay at home is over.
No, they're great. No, they're getting ready to.
No, they just tell you can't go to the bars and do all that. But
Well,
you,
nigga, if you
don't
can't go
have
to the
no-
bar, what the fuck you going out for? Like, you can't go get a drink and look at some broads.
but
But
I'm
I'm
closing theaters.
I'm gonna cut it. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it in August.
Okay. Well,
And actually, I looked at a picture the other day. I started shaping it up. I got lucky. At least it didn't grow in patches. So I took a picture. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you the picture so you can see what the hell I'm talking about. It looked pretty damn good on me.
well, let me say this: your skin should be baby smooth because open up every pore. you
Every
got.
pore, Blue. Every pore in my face. I got no pores. I ain't gonna have no hair bumps. Because I ain't got no hair. But I ain't gonna have no bumps, no nothing, bro, because it's all out. It's all growing out. And
You
if I
might
took,
look like when you shave, you might look like you're 5 years old.
no, if I shave, they going definitely. Okay, look at this picture right here, Blue. And for my beard, that don't look too bad. It's all grown out. It's out. You know what I mean? And I ain't combing or nothing.
Okay.
So at least what I'm saying is full.
You look like Santa Claus in that
It's
picture.
a bitch.
You do. I'm just being honest.
Show
You
this
just
nigga a picture
look
of
like
my
the
beard.
Black Santa Claus.
They say I look like Grady.
Okay, yeah.
Most people think I can look like Grady.
Yeah.
But I think
No,
Santa
no.
Claus, though. Santa
Yeah,
Claus
no,
is good.
no, Santa
But
Claus
when I
is
bring it to your crib, I ain't bringing shit. I'm stealing.
Well, let me ask you a question since you said that.
What's up, Blue?
Do you think the governor and the mayor was their decision to close everything down for the 4th of July? Does that make sense?
Yep. But here's the problem. I'm going to go one further. They should have never opened it up from the get, but they fell to the pressure of people and people with money. You know, like I told somebody, you can't tell white people with houses on the beach what they can do. It's just something about that. They are not staying in the house. And I believe that if we never had opened up the state and just took the hit for the 3 or 4 months, we may not be where we are right now.
Now, Monday, the tally,
No guarantee.
The tally was 8,000 infected, broke the state daily record. So that was for the 3rd time in 8 days. We did 8,000 infected in one day.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
So is that 8,000?
45 more additional deaths.
Wow.
On Tuesday, we hit 2,779 more cases. That's what made him say we shutting down.
So my question is that because those were the results that came back positive, like the testing? Because it said, well, we got 8,000 more people yesterday. So that means 8,000 people tested the day before and found out they had it. And I don't know, because you just got tested. How do they work it?
Well, I was going to say, when they be coming up with these numbers, I'll be like, well, how did they get these numbers? But when I went to go get tested on Monday, and I just got my results, like 2 minutes ago, clean as a whistle, it was a line like going to Magic. Right after I finished, it was a line like
Where
going
did
to
you go
Magic
get tested at?
I went to urgent care.
Is it free?
Yeah, it's basically free. I got insurance, but
Right.
it's basically free. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was really going again to get to get the and check the antibodies, and
Right.
it was like, well, you can do them both right now. So I just went on and did them both.
So what happens if you don't get tested and you live? You still could have had it.
You still could have had it. No. Here, look. And the reality of life is, everybody gonna get it.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna get it. Like you just gotta wait your turn. It's coming.
I might have had it already when I was in when I got sick in Alaska, and then I had to go to
Wait, you
Guam.
went to Alaska during COVID?
No, but I was in Korea in December,
Okay.
and right after we came back, that January is when Europe and Korea and everybody got hit in January and February.
So you was eating that banana bat sandwich.
Man, I was eating everything, man. I had a bat wing sandwich smothered with goat feet.
Oh Lord, Jesus. Let me ask you a question. Should
Okay.
everybody get tested?
I think they should. I think
Why?
they should get tested. Well, you know what, man? At the end of the day, I don't know, man, because we have homeless people that are not getting tested. You know what I'm saying?
You had an AIDS test?
You wasn't worried about them not eating.
Let me tell you about what happened to me when I took the AIDS test.
You wasn't worried about them not eating or having a place to stay. So why
thank
you
you,
worried?
Blue.
why
Niggas want to
you
get them
worried?
tested. Fuck they dinner tonight, though.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck a
nigga.
toothbrush.
Excuse me,
nigga.
sir, you got
Get a COVID test.
Excuse me, sir, you have any spare change? Nah, nigga, but you need to get tested, motherfucker.
He didn't survive crack, heroin.
Yeah.
But COVID gonna get
COVID
him.
gonna get him.
Man, come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
Does
Nick,
anyone?
Nick was talking about. Hold on. Nick was talking about getting tested for AIDS. Nigga, I had a joke for that shit one time. A true story, bro. You know, I wasn't feeling good, right?
Okay.
And back in the day, especially in the early '90s, if you wasn't feeling good, the first thing somebody said, "Oh, nigga, you probably got AIDS." Nigga, what the fuck is you talking? Like, nigga, my knee hurt. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when I went there to go test it, you walk in the place, everybody's there to get tested, but you walk in there like you trying to hide, like, you know, can I help you? Yeah, I was just wondering if you guys had the talking all soft and shit. The test here. Excuse me? I was wondering if you guys had the AIDS. Oh, you here to get tested for AIDS? Like, damn, bitch. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? Just, I'm whispering to you. Whisper the fuck back. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, bro, when I got tested, like I tell people, when you go get tested for AIDS, that's when you start noticing everything that relates to AIDS.
Okay.
Like, you see somebody skinny walking down the street, like, oh, this nigga's probably sick. You know what I mean? Like, oh, shit, this motherfucker coughing. You know, I mean, no matter what the situation is, the motherfucker you think got AIDS.
But people ain't scared of AIDS no more.
Shit, you rather have it now. You go to the doctor now, the doctor be like, "What you got? You got AIDS?" Like, oh, good. I thought I had that shit that kills you in the week.
Look, when my wife, before we decided to, when she decided we was gonna let her, she was gonna move in. I was like, you know what? You need to go get tested.
Yeah, but we're gonna be slapping body parts together. I needs to know.
You know what I'm saying?
If you got something that I don't have.
You know what I'm saying? I make my decision. I'm gonna make my decision based on that too.
Yeah. Because if it's not anything negative,
If you're gonna give me the gift that keeps on giving,
then you got to roll.
Yeah. All right, let me ask you a question. All employees working have to, let's just say like UPS, FedEx, the market, actually having to deal and interact with people.
Mm-hmm.
Should they all should it be a mandatory they get tested and get tested frequently?
I think if you're a person that has to be in the public eye, a male person per se, because you're touching a lot of mail, and things like that, I think they should do it like they do when people are porn stars. Like I think every other week or every 2 or 3 weeks they have to get tested. You know what I mean? To see if they are,
What about your rights, though?
See, that's the problem. That's the rights is what's got us in this situation in California. People crying about their rights. This is my right. I want to go outside. I want to be on the beach. And instead of just saying, look, why don't we all pull ourselves together, chill in the crib until we see what this is really about? Because we know it's bigger than it's bigger than anything. It's bigger than us.
Okay.
Why not just chill? But everybody was crying about their rights. I mean, man, the thing is, if me getting tested for coronavirus only is going to, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? No, because in a way, what Nick is saying is true. It's like in basketball, like that year when LeBron got called for, they called old boy for a block and then called LeBron they called boy for a foul and called LeBron for being outside the circle in that Cleveland Golden State. They went to the camera to look for something and then found something else. So you do have, so your right should be, hey, if I'm getting tested for the coronavirus, that's what the results I want to know. I don't want to know about anything else but the coronavirus.
Why? Why you don't want to know about anything else?
Yeah, and where does it stop? What if I say I don't want people with diabetes in my neighborhood, right?
Well, I'm not trying to get on the political part of saying.
No.
Okay.
But this is what I'm saying. Your position is, for the sake of humanity, we should all get tested.
Right.
Well, the sake for what's going on.
Okay, right.
Because
That's
right
humanity. That's humanity.
Well,
Right.
yeah, but I mean humanity. I mean yes, but
right.
but we're not making people get tested for humanity because they may have AIDS or whatever. That's an individual thing.
But that's what you're saying now. But you just said that everyone, you think that they should be mandatory to get tested. That's not an individual thing. You taking away just like my medical right has nothing to do with the government, you, nor the person. I can have any disease. If I go to work, they can't ask me shit.
So let me ask you a question, and let me ask you the question. Do you think people should it should be an individual decision if you want to get tested?
It's illegal for my job to ask me about my medical condition.
I
believe in that. Everyone has the right to live their life how they want to live it. I don't think people should walk around with heart disease and diabetes.
So you're saying now then? So then what you're saying is, if the store says you must wear a mask to walk in here, if I decide to walk into the store without a mask, my right is I don't have to wear a mask.
No, you're right. You don't have to go into the store. See, as a business, I'm also a business owner. So as a business owner, I can practice whatever policies, which are not law. There's a huge difference.
Right.
But as a business owner, I can implement policies. I can't implement any laws. But then you could take me to court for my policies, and that's a whole nother thing.
I got you.
So as a business owner, I'm saying you have the right to implement whatever policies you want and then take it from that standpoint.
So then if your job as a business is implementing that you get tested.
Right. So you can can sue your job.
See that
you
have two choices. As a policy, that's two different things.
No, you have two choices. You can if I had a job, right, and they told me, look, you can't come to work unless you get COVID tested and you bring your papers.
Right.
I would simply tell them, okay, well, I'm going to sue you, Nikki, and I'm out of here.
Right.
Let me ask you this question, Nick. You know that's what's the problem is on the other side of it is if you catch COVID while you on the job, you can sue.
Hey, listen, they should have thought about this when they wrote the documents down in the first place. When they established the USA, they should have thought about this when they wrote the Constitution. So now we can't. All the laws in America are based off the Constitution.
Right.
True.
So we cannot look past the Constitution because that's what everything is based on.
But is it fair considering
It don't
that
matter.
No, I'm just asking. Is it fair considering the Constitution was written years ago and we didn't have any, major pandemic? People didn't know about it. Research.
We don't know if we have a major pandemic now. We don't. Nobody out here got a COVID tested. We all have to go to somebody else and let them give you information.
Yeah.
So we all can't sit here and say we know.
But they're telling us.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm sure they told the Native Americans something too. You understand? I'm sure they did that too. So all I'm saying is nobody knows.
Right.
But we can't see the thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing as the flu. It's the same conditions. And they saying you might have it and don't know.
Yeah. You might be asymptomatic.
Right. You should look at the percentage of people that have died from COVID and look at the percentage of people who die from anything else in America.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
So that's how worried we should
I'm
be
with
about
you.
it. That's all I'm saying.
More people than died in Chicago than the COVID.
You understand?
That part is crazy. Now that part
That's
is
a
crazy.
fact. That's a fact. More black. Listen, you have a higher percentage chance
Okay.
as a black man
Yep.
of being killed by the police than dying of COVID.
Or you get killed by another black man.
And this is a fact. You guys can look this up. You
Yeah.
have a higher percentage chance of dying by the police in America than COVID getting you. So
Big Dave just walked in. He's security at Four Seasons. So ask Dave that question. Dave,
I wanna
do you
hear
think
Dave.
you should have to be
Tested.
tested at your to work in your
go ahead, have a
position?
seat, Dave.
Honestly, feel if you're dealing with
Niggas, he talking from over there.
Yeah, I
Yes,
don't know.
nigga, he's superstar now, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? Sit your ass down, man. What the fuck? What the fuck's up, Dave? You gonna talk to people off the mic?
Santa Claus,
Sit your ass down.
go straight to the ghetto.
Now,
This motherfucker-
would you, Nick saying, if they told you not to come to work, would you tell them, you know what? I'm gonna sue.
When I tell
If they told you had to bring your COVID test.
You had to bring your COVID test to come to work.
who? Actually depends on the job. To be perfectly honest.
There you go.
Well, okay. What if Four Seasons told you that hey, you need to go get tested before you can come back to work?
Me personally, I have no issue with it.
Okay.
Cause I want to know.
Because
Go ahead.
that's a choice. Because I would definitely want to know if I went in negative and I ended up positive, I want to know exactly who I can point to as far as saying, hey, this is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably who I got it from, you. But I want to know I'm clean first.
Okay.
Now, can I speak something hypothetical?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now, say we get past the COVID, okay?
Okay.
Now, the regular old flu season roll around,
Yep.
right?
Which will be coming around soon.
Well, no, let's say
It
the
might not
COVID,
come.
let's say in 2022, COVID gone.
Yeah.
Regular old flu season roll around. Big Dave, you still have 4 seasons, right?
Yeah.
And they say, hey, man, I need you to go get tested before you come to work for the flu, the cold, and diabetes. We don't want to bring all that stuff up in.
Why you got to throw diabetes in? Cause he big. What the fuck's
Hey,
that about, man?
We black.
Wow.
Nick
We can all relate.
Nick be throwing them in there though. Nick be throwing uppercuts up in there, and
He said diabetes to you.
Or whatever. Let's say gangrene or a gout. You know, your knees hurt. Let's say.
I have had that. My fault. Gout.
So let's say that. So let's say the next thing about it, say, we want you to get tested for this before you're able to come back to work.
Right.
Now, how would you feel about that? If it wasn't a pandemic,
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous.
why is it?
So what Nick is saying is, if you open the door,
True. I know exactly what he's saying.
okay.
I say everything's situational. I think, because, okay, just say if COVID does go away,
Okay.
and then you want me to start getting tested for everyday, generally regular.
Yeah, if I'm worried about it,
Illnesses?
I don't want you coughing on me.
Now here's
The fuck?
but here's what I would hope then that a job.
Especially Dannon.
I will cough on you. Ain't that a bitch?
You need a cubicle for that,
You'll talk on me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get up
Ain't no
here,
doubt. Ain't no doubt.
I'll be giving out speeches.
Yeah.
And today,
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody die. I get sick. Everybody die.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it'll be a problem. And I think what really should happen is companies should offer the testing. Because I think it becomes an inconvenient. It becomes, you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
I got you.
So
they should cover your back if
right,
you have
if
to
that's
be.
and I think if companies came out and did that, like the NBA was doing with the players, then I think people would be more inclined to go ahead and just be tested.
Caller, what
Wait,
you think?
wait.
Oh wait. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Nick.
Okay, let me just put this into play.
Okay, go ahead.
Before a company asks an employee to get tested for COVID, right, to
Right.
return to something, I would at least like to see the employees have the proper mask to not spread the disease.
Okay, I get you that. Okay.
This is from the guy who asking why.
I don't believe in the.
You're
I'm not
wearing
gonna
a
say
mask.
that. Yeah, I don't believe in the whole thing, but it takes some kind of steps. You know?
Yeah, let's start with the first
Yeah,
preventive.
don't put it on me.
Yeah, right.
First preventive.
Exactly.
And I have my mask, my Philadelphia Eagle mask.
I see that.
Smell the man.
No, I'm telling you.
I have, which is why I've taken
It's
it off.
horrible.
But I'm about.
The smell. No, it ain't
Yeah.
just you.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I am sure. You know. You.
But
got
I had
your
this
own-
made.
Why
I
you
had
look
this
at it like
made.
that? Then boosting on nigga. I'm
That
sure
shit
that.
is true.
I'm sure you got your own smell on your mask.
Yo,
but
Eagles and turn to seagulls on that, man.
Eagles flew off the mask,
you know what I'm
nigga.
saying?
My
Niggas
breath
done
was-
landed, nigga.
My
on your
breath was
arm.
so bad, the Eagles left the mask. I looked up, it was an E.
That shit smell like Coney Island.
Coney Island.
Caller, go ahead.
Color. Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, man? This
What's
is
going on,
McCray
dog?
Houston, man.
Who?
What's going on, Blue? What's going on, Dannon?
What's up?
I think Big Day. Y'all
What's going on, Doc? Take that in.
Shalom.
Hey, real quick, man. I have a couple of things I want to get across real quick. But,
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if I'm jaded or not, man.
Okay.
But I'm so far past just trusting these devils blindly that I question everything.
Okay.
And so, being that the COVID is a new disease, all this information is, new.
Right.
So they're learning on the go. So we see there's so much misinformation between the White House, the CDC, Dr. Fauci, and all these various people.
Right.
So we're all just kind of learning as we go, and we hoping for the best. We're getting all these tests. There's no cure for the disease at this point. So we know the 14-day quarantine is supposed to help, kill the virus or whatnot. Or
Right.
at least,
Right.
have it go dormant. So for me, in terms of my job, they did institute a policy in which you had to answer this questionnaire and use a thermometer to take your temperature every morning.
Right.
They did this for about 3 months.
Mhm.
Like, it's still going on now. They instituted it 3 months. I haven't done it yet. And the reason I decided not to do it early on was just to see what would be the response if I didn't do it and who's tracking it and why. Because if it's a questionnaire, you can easily lie about it. And when
True.
you do your temperature, you could easily just put in whatever you chose and still go and affect people.
So when they asked you for the paperwork every morning you went to work, what would you
It's
say?
actually electronic.
Okay, but
So
what would
so
you say?
no one's asking. Like,
some of the
literally, no
computers
one's
out.
asking. And that's why I chose not to do it within the first couple of weeks, just to see what happens. Because by law, we sign a code of conduct, a code of ethics, and all these things.
Man,
And
we
we
asked
didn't
what you
sign-
do.
Go ahead.
Can I ask you what you do? Is it okay? What do you?
Oh, yeah, I'm a lender.
Okay. So you
I'm
have
ready.
so you work in the office then?
Yes, I work in the office. I do not have customer contact, though.
But you kind of you work. You're a
Self-
contractor.
yeah,
so
yeah,
you
you
kind of
kinda-
work for yourself.
You can kind of work from the crib if you want, right?
I could.
Okay.
But the way my job is set up, because of the clients that I deal with, which is SBA, small business,
Okay.
we still had to work in the office because the PPPs that came about, we ended up having to process almost 5,000 of those, and then the deferral payments of those people who had the hardship and couldn't afford to pay, their bills in terms of their business.
Right.
So
okay.
we had to go in to meet that need.
All right. Let me ask
And
you.
so I-
Okay.
Go
Let
ahead.
me ask
Go
you
ahead.
this question then. So when you decided to see what by not doing it for 3 months, okay, let's just move a
3
little
weeks.
forward.
3
What
weeks.
3 weeks? Oh, I apologize. What have you started taking the test? And if so, why? And if not, why not?
Okay, so the reason I initially didn't do it is kind of like what Nick was hitting on earlier about your rights. And I know, hey, man, just do what they say and all this kind of stuff. But I'm a strong proponent of, give me a good, valid reason as to why we're doing this
Right.
without it affecting, my livelihood. Because I know about the Tuskegee experiment. I know about the lobotomies that was done in prison and all these various things. So I'm
Right.
skeptical and paranoid, just to be honest, about a lot of things when someone is just asking me to do something blindly.
Right.
So I generally just question everything because that's just my nature at this point. Because, once you read up on so much information, it's just hard to, let that escape you when you see something that's like, wait a minute, I need to question this. So for me, in terms of if my job asked me to do it, I didn't do it. And it wasn't being tracked, and we could lie about it if we chose to. So, again, it's a new disease, so everyone is kind of on the fly with everything.
Right.
It's basically what my point was.
Let me ask you this: do you think it's somewhat, and I'm not saying you, but just in general, because we kind of had that conversation before you got on the call with Nick and I and Blue. Do you think it's somewhat a little selfish to not want to take the test to make sure that you're not getting your fellow man or fellow person if you have it? You know what I mean? Even though, because we really don't know much about it. To be honest with you, we just know what they're telling us. What do you think?
I'll speak plainly. I absolutely think it's selfish. And I know it's selfish on my part. But
Right.
for me, I'm more concerned about what they're trying to do as opposed to what I'm not doing.
Okay.
That's kind of how my mind works. So I don't take flu shots and all those unnecessary vaccines
Yeah, I
that
know
I
that.
think are unnecessary. So for me, like, I'm not going to get a COVID test if I don't feel any symptoms or whatnot. That's like almost asking for something to be wrong with you when there's nothing actually wrong with you. Now
Right.
you got a psychological issue going on because of it. But that's just me personally. But to answer your question honestly, I would say yes, it is selfish. But for me, I just don't trust, doing things blindly. That's
Right.
just my makeup, and that might be a flaw. But my second thing I wanted to touch on, I'm sorry to go on so long.
You good?
No,
Go
go
ahead, bro.
ahead.
You good?
It's too
I,
late.
I
Maria
didn't
ain't
get a chance- I didn't get a chance to listen to the show live last week, but I did listen to the replay today.
Okay.
And I heard the conversation about Chicago and the killings and all that. I
Okay.
am with you guys 1,000% in terms of we do need to do whatever we need to do in our communities to halt the killings amongst ourselves. And we know that most of the times when someone's being killed in our community, it's more so about a disrespect in some fashion
Right.
than anything else.
Right.
So we for some reason have identified one another as enemies and distrustful of one another and all that things, which leads to other things. But one of the things I wanted to touch on, and I'm not sure if y'all covered it today because I just chimed in, the difference for me when it comes to Black Lives Matter and the Chicago thing is,
Okay.
for me, it's accountability.
Right.
So we know that if someone is killing someone else in Chicago, you are expecting a criminal to commit criminal acts. And that criminal is generally arrested, charged, convicted, and sent off to prison.
If
Right.
caught.
Excuse me?
I said I'm just saying if caught because that seems to
If
be
caught, correct.
one of the issues
Correct.
and keep your other thought. Don't lose your thought pattern. But I
Correct.
just want to say, in that adding to that part, one of the issues that I think a lot of black people in the community have is, like you said, it's a disrespect thing, which is why for some reason we're killing each other. But then it's the situation of then nobody wants to talk about who did it, even though they may know because now you don't want to snitch. So
Right, and that was my second point.
Okay, go ahead.
That was exactly my second point, in that the reason BLM exists for me, in my mind, is because we want to hold police accountable in the same way we want the people who are killing folks in our communities to be held accountable.
right,
Now, the point you made is where I was going to go with the snitching thing. Because we was raised in such a way, and this is my thing, I have a mentorship group called Redefining Manhood. Because we was raised a certain way, we were taught all these ill things to think that manhood is supposed to be, based on so many false equivalencies about masculinity,
Right.
about power, about ego, about pride, in which you and I can have a disagreement and we have to come to blows to prove one's manhood, as opposed to, all right, brother, you got that. I was wrong in that instance, and move on.
right.
But we'll call that person a punk, and now that guy now has to stand on his square and prove that he isn't, and now you have a trickle-down effect of violence. But
Yeah.
we've all grown up with killers. It's one of the things I hate to hear, man, and I was one of these people. Man, I had to hustle to feed my family. We don't have to have that mentality. We just choose to want fast money.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can go and work, but the money's slower.
But you know
You
what?
know-
I mean, on that part there,
But everybody wants to get fast money.
Yeah.
That's not a nice.
yeah. But here's the thing too,
and,
and
you can get the fast money.
Right.
But the thing is, it's up to us who have now grown to a mature level of understanding how to go get it, be it stock market. Like Nick, they flip shoes. So him giving that game to, let's say, whoever his younger brother is, I believe it's Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken. He now teaches his brother how to flip some money real quick, as opposed to flipping a 50-pack. So it's incumbent on us to teach the younger guys how to go and get that money. But much like when we were younger, most of the guys that we looked up to was the hustlers. But now that we're
the
older-
difference,
Go ahead.
but there was a difference, and so we can stay on track. I'm gonna answer that part of your question, or make a statement on that part of your comment, and then go back. When we grew up, yeah, the older boys they hustled, but they also was telling the young kids coming up, Yeah,
Don't do what I do.
don't do what I do, or nigga, take your ass to school though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like they may be on the corner hustling. Even if they was hustling, they still had respect. When I grew up, it wasn't a lot of dudes getting smoked in the street. When you sold dope, if you had the dope and he had the money, it was an even exchange. Now, where all of a sudden it came, the money's mine and the dope mine, I don't know where that came in. I mean, it's just the whole thing in terms of hustling game has changed. But I don't want to get. Yeah, but
I know it's different, for your age range, but you heard that song by Quick, Houston is just like Compton.
Yeah.
Man,
Every city
I
is.
come up
With your
in the
old ass.
NWA, MC Breed, King T era, and I'm in Houston, I'm in the South, but we come up on Pocket Full of Stones with UGK and all that. The older brothers wasn't telling us not to hustle. We was hustling for them.
Yeah, but again, even if they was telling you not to hustle, look, everything that's happening with us in the black community, my belief is, comes down to decision making. After a while, you have to make a decision what you want to do. Even if you hustling, if you smart, I knew dudes that hustled hard, and they put cash up, and then they wound up flipping it, and they got out of the hustle game. And we always heard, everybody thinks Jay-Z, but people that did it another way in terms of business or whatever. I think in terms of what we're talking about with our communities right now, to stay on your Chicago part, I don't know where the disrespect factor came in, where we just feel like, we can't have a disagreement to agree to disagree and keep it pushing. That's why I like, for me, and I think for Blue or Dave or Nick or maybe yourself, I don't even like the street. I wouldn't even want a street fight now. And I know I can hold my hands. Because if you beat a dude, he can't be a man enough to take that ass whipping and go like, yo, you got me, dog. Hey, it happened. Yeah. And this is where my age group, as you said earlier,
I'll be back.
Yeah. When I grew up, you took the ass whipping, but then you saw that dude later, and if it was a good fight, y'all might have became friends because it was like, yo, he was man enough to get down, we got down, we good.
This the funny part about.
I agree, and I'm gonna let y'all go on.
Thanks, Al.
Hey man, thanks,
dog.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you, dog.
Here's my thing about
Thanks,
that.
Al.
People always say that. I understand that that's what it was, but when did there become rules in street fight? There is no rules.
See, I don't like that. I don't like where you're going with that.
No, I know
what you say, but I don't like where you're going with that.
I'm being honest with you.
Because there was rules.
No.
There was rules.
No.
Hey,
that was just the way you liked it.
No,
but there was never no rules. Like,
Yeah, Blue. I agree 100% with Blue. Ain't no rules in
never
the
no
street fight.
rules.
I think the rules Dan is referring to is our cultural rules that got
Yeah,
taken away,
cultural
which was you my brother.
yeah.
That's the reason.
And
I
I'm
ain't
not
shoot
gonna kill you.
It's
We
not-
just gonna fight.
It's
Right.
not because it's a street fight.
Yeah, but it's
You know what I'm
it
saying?
ain't no rules.
Well-
it ain't no rules at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. I know it's no rules.
Yeah,
but
please don't think that if you run up on me, nigga, because I'm a
Like-
nigga.
No, but
Like-
what I'm saying, but Nick, what I'm saying is this: like, okay, when I grew up, so it was just late '70s and '80s.
Long time.
Yeah, but I'm alive, motherfucker. I'm alive because of the rules, our rules, which was that you could have 15 of your partners, and it could be 10 of us, depending on the situation, and y'all might be getting down, and no one won't jump in. Now, if they was gonna make it a big fight, it was gonna happen. But a lot of times, if it was gonna be a straight up squab, it was gonna be a straight up squab. And then the next day, if you saw the dude, yeah, you gritted a couple times, but you didn't have the fear of saying he gonna cap me, he gonna stab me in my back. Everybody says now, like, man, shoot, I ain't gonna. Especially as a comedian and entertainer, man, I don't want to beat nobody up.
Yeah, and keep your hands to yourself, man.
Well, things happen.
This what I'm saying. I've seen people get hit one time
Yeah,
and
and
go
it's
into
over.
a coma.
And it's over.
But Nick,
So
fighting,
hold on.
but fighting and someone coming back. Again, if that's just me and you, if you beat me up, okay, Nick got me.
No.
But I don't mean I'm gonna come
Some
back and
people
shoot
have
you.
been hit and knocked out and
One
cocaine
time.
and dead.
But was it a straight up swab?
Dan,
so,
you not.
do you think the person care how they died?
Yeah, listen, man. I'm not. Listen, man.
Nah,
Danny, some people just not taking no L's.
No, these young boys ain't taking L's today because they
Yeah.
can't fight. So most dudes ain't even fighting.
But look, then you got the wrestlers out here. They want to grab you
Yo,
by
my
your. And
God.
listen, the thing.
Oh, see,
I'm with all the stand up combat. I
Right.
actually enjoy it a little bit.
right,
You know, whether it's a street fight or not,
Right.
it's not that bad.
right.
But when you get to grappling and you trying to choke me,
That's another
you probably
thing.
gonna get
You gotta
shot.
di-
nigga.
You're different. You're fighting a different fight
I'm
on the
not
streets
talking
now.
to see y'all missing my point.
okay.
I'm not talking about how
you
you,
don't get
fight.
to, you don't get
no,
to choose
no,
that
you
though,
don't get
Danny.
to choose that.
You can't tell me,
Hey,
hey
Danny,
man,
so a dude come up to you and was like, "Hey, well, let's go. Let's go. Let's show these hands.
why
show these
I
hands."
oughta,
Dave, let me ask Dave.
We're going to engage in fisticuffs.
And
why I oughta.
you get in your boxing stand, he jump over your goddamn head and then put you in a lock and then choke you out till you die.
in front of
Okay.
your girl. Now
that
you
was
ain't finna-
hands.
Now you ain't gonna
that
get
was
none
hands.
tonight, nigga.
He used his hands to kill you.
You get choked in front of your woman, nigga.
He
it's
used
over.
his hands to
Okay,
kill you.
let me say this.
You feel better
because
about
y'all
that?
flipped this whole motherfucking conversation.
Telephone, hold on. Telephone.
Okay,
What's
who is
going on?
this?
Who's
Who
on the
is-
phone?
Who's this?
This DJ out there Vegas.
A DJ out there,
Vegas.
Vegas.
D,
What
what's
up?
up, D?
I can't call it, man. Y'all touched on so many topics that I wanna
Talk
touch
about
on
it, man.
all of them.
Go ahead,
about
man.
it.
We
Go
go.
talk about it,
Don't worry
dog.
about Maria in here. You good? You can talk.
Wow.
Shout out to Maria.
I don't know where
That's
she at. She
smart.
better get her butt back here.
Go ahead,
Y'all
Doc.
better hurry up before she get back.
She gonna be
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
So all right. So first with the COVID thing, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I live in Vegas,
Okay.
and I go to these casinos every day.
Okay.
Now,
To
I
work?
understand both sides.
Are you working or you just going to get your gamble
Yeah,
on?
yeah. No, I work.
Okay, okay. Because I was like, damn, you got
Dan,
to.
Dan and the police.
Yeah, I'm a snitch. I'm like, because I'm a tell. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, sir. He is not working.
Some people out here that is their job though. They sit at the casino all day and they gamble. They make a lot of money.
They make
I
a lot
got
of
you, bro.
money.
I got you,
Yeah.
man. Go ahead, bro. We just mess with you.
But it's both sides of it, right? Because
Right.
it's like, listen, do I be selfish and just worry about myself and not get it, not get tested, not wear masks, not take proper precautions, and end up getting somebody else sick? But then on the other side, it's like these casinos, they trying to implement things to save they ass, and it
Yeah.
can kind of be taken as infringing on your rights. So, like, let's say the Venetian, for instance, they had a thing to where they wouldn't let nobody in unless you took the little thing, to the little gun, or they have cameras also. When you walk through, you go in a line, and then you don't even have to do nothing or touch nothing. The camera just picks up your body.
I was at the
and it brings it
Orleans
back.
and it did that.
What,
Yeah.
for your temperature?
It get your
So,
temperature
yeah.
before you come in.
Damn.
So at first,
How about if you're high?
I declined to do it. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Then they had a thing where they made you have to do it. How you gonna force me to do anything? But I said, you know what? Okay, whatever. I did it. They man. Hey, but they had this thing to where they tested all their employees, right?
Right.
And they was offering free tests for their employees, and it was big long lines of people doing it. So I thought that was kind of like strange. And then I went to the Paris Hotel, and I guess they did the same thing. But you know what they have now that they got those results? They have a list. And if you're on that list, you cannot step foot into that casino. So now,
Wait a minute. Is the
those
list that
lists
you can't,
can be-
if you're positive, you're saying?
If you're positive, they won't let
yeah,
you in.
those.
Okay, and
that
they
list
shouldn't,
can be
I don't
positive.
believe.
They
Okay.
Yeah,
What?
but how many people can see those lists? How careless are they with those?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
the
I see what
HIPAA
you're saying.
And stuff like that.
Well,
Like,
isn't it the
they
same
got-
kind of list system that they use if you've been cheating, and they put you on a list and you
No,
can't go to any
no,
of
that-
that?
no,
What DJ?
no,
DJ, let me ask.
it's not
DJ,
that.
let me say this. You said that you would feel kind of selfish if you don't get tested. I want.
no,
That's what L said.
That's
Oh,
L said
that's
that.
what L said.
Yeah, L said it was
Yeah,
selfish.
L said that.
Oh, okay, my bad. Well, I just want everybody to think.
This motherfucking nigga smoking weed.
No,
on the
but
show.
no, I want everybody to think about this though. Like it's selfish for us to just go ahead and conform to the test because what about your kids? What about hold on, Danny? What about their kids' rights? Once you start picking at this, there's not going to be any way to stop it.
Okay, so let me
and
ask
who,
you this
and
question.
who is
then.
determining that these people that are telling you this are the proper people to
Okay.
be giving you information?
All right, so let's look at it this way. Let me put this question out there like this. Then we know that people have died from it, right? Do we?
Okay.
Okay,
Do
let me
we
ask,
know-
wait a minute,
no,
hold on,
no,
hold on. Let me ask you a
that's
question.
not
Let
true.
me let me rephrase that. Do we believe that people have died from the COVID?
Let me get what's
Yes.
what's the
I
percentage?
don't want to go percentage.
No, we have to.
No, answer the question first, Nick.
People die from stepping on nails too, Danny.
Okay, my question is this though: do you believe that people have died from the COVID? Just yes or no?
From the flu, yes.
Okay. Is there anyone that believes outside of Nick that people have died from the COVID?
Well, it's like
Just answer-
No, wait, hold on. It's like this. You don't die.
I can't get my question out.
No, I'm about
unless
to give it to you.
Yeah, you gotta.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
Here's your quote, but I'm about to give it to you. You don't die from the COVID, just like you don't die from HIV.
Okay. Is there anyone in this room in this building on his phone that believes that people have died from getting the COVID virus.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my only point being is we have to at least say that there is a possibility that you can die from this.
Yes.
So why not, Nick, and I understand what you're saying, but
No,
why
finish. I
not?
wanna
Why
finish.
not take the test to be sure and safe and make others feel at least comfortable? We don't know. Nobody really knows, man. All we know is what we heard in Europe and it got here and now it's dominating the States.
Okay, quick question.
So-
Does anyone know in the room, on the phone, how many people have
Nick-
died? Hold on, Danny. I
Goddamn.
didn't cut you off. I'll let you finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Has died in the past month.
I
from-
do.
Hold on. From heart conditions.
Oh.
Okay, but
No. Listen, hold on, DJ. Everybody just gave Danny yes and no's.
Now, you ain't giving no damn
let's
yes
keep
or
my
no's.
question on the same thing.
No.
Let me give
No,
you.
I
Let me
don't
give you
know.
the stats.
Okay, go ahead.
In just a week, in the U.S. alone, 12,000.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we have to put this in perspective. Is the key thing. Yes, people may die from COVID. People also die from car accidents.
Yeah.
People, we still drive vehicles.
Yeah.
People die from. This is the same argument they make for guns. Is that people die from guns, so therefore we should do away with guns, and the only people who should have guns are the other people that's killing people.
Right.
So now they saying with COVID, you got to let me test you to see if you got it to let you in somewhere.
Okay.
These are violations
I-
of being a human being.
Right. I think I see what Nick. What I see you going is this real quick is. It's not the fact that people haven't passed from it. It's that we've had all kind of other things that people have died from.
Why are we talking about this?
While we're talking about this, so
Why?
So the question is, why is the COVID seems to be more of a dominant situation in the States
I think
than
we're talking about it because it can affect somebody else more than one person.
But the flu.
Your heart
But
attack,
so do
my
all the
my
other
heart
viruses.
attack can't affect you.
The flu has killed
no,
more
but the flu.
people. The flu has killed more people this year than
Right.
COVID.
Still, yeah.
So why are we not talking about? And it's the thing. They haven't had a vaccine for nothing.
right.
So y'all in line to get a vaccine, nigga. People still get
Okay,
chicken pox.
this is my thing.
Like, what are we
right?
talking about?
COVID, the COVID numbers are up to 100,000 in
Says
just
who?
about 3 months
Says who?
of deaths.
Oh, it's right here.
Says
It,
the
it
people,
says
that's all you can go through.
it's
If we-
100,000.
No,
It's
but
up
what,
to
but
100,000.
what Nick is saying is that who can actually verify that those are
But-
the
but-
exact
but-
causes?
Because hold on, this give you
can't
this
do
to give
that
you hold on,
because
hold on,
you
DJ,
said
DJ.
12,000.
DJ, I'm giving you a fact right here. DJ, I'm giving you a fact. I have a cousin of mine who works for a mortuary. Okay, he actually prepares the bodies. He said that he noticed a whole bunch of pink
Pink
toe
tag.
tags on these bodies that he had never
Just
seen
say
pink.
COVID.
Right, and they were all for COVID.
Yep.
Now later on, he found out that even if it wasn't the cause of COVID, that they were still saying it was COVID.
Right. No, I
So-
I mean
so-
I did hear that. I heard that too.
So this is not
Okay,
so.
but
What,
let
so
me
my
say
point is my point is this: we can sit here and point at numbers and say, well, they said 100,000 and whatever it is. Okay. All I'm saying is, look around you. Does
But-
it seem like
right.
niggas is dropping dead from COVID?
No, but I guess
Okay,
I guess,
but listen.
but hold on, D.
That's
real
all I'm
quick.
saying.
Right, but I understand what you're saying. But this, I guess, the point. It seems like everybody is defensive against being tested.
I got tested. I just got my results before we came on.
Not you. No, I'm not saying
yeah,
you
why
have.
your voice high?
But Nick is. But I think.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Listen.
Yeah.
I'm
Why,
not,
yeah. Why did your voice get so damn high? when you said
Because
that?
I'm a singer.
Okay.
I'm not defensive.
I got a point.
I'm not
I got a
defensive.
point.
Go ahead, DJ.
I'm negative.
My point is, when we having conversations like this,
Yes,
Right.
sir.
we can't you just counted the heart rate numbers and said 12,000.
Okay.
Then when we get to the 100,000 of the COVID, you say, well, who's telling us that? The same people that's telling us the 12,000 you just quoted.
That's
on
not
the
true.
heart disease.
That's
So
not-
either we gonna use
that's
all
not
the
true.
numbers, or we gonna use none of the numbers. You don't know the people. That's
How
all
do you-
I'm saying is,
Well, that's what you're saying, but you don't even know where I just got the numbers from. So you just throwing conjecture in the air. That's the issue. I just told you firsthand. I know someone who works. This is a fact you can look up. You can look up the fact that they're faking. They just said they didn't know at first.
Okay.
you can't prove that. It's
You
not
can,
a fact.
yes, it is a fact.
You can
These
hear
are
somebody
no.
say it.
These
You
are
can talk to another person.
These
I
are
can talk to
These are
another
statements,
person.
DJ.
Talk to another person.
DJ, I'm not talking about my conversation. These are statements that's been put out by the government when this thing first started.
So
Up until now, you can look at
wait.
this.
but hold on, real quick. So,
But just to play devil's advocate, who's putting out the stats on the COVID? The government's putting those out too, right?
Exactly.
That's why I just said. Do you know? I know somebody who's died from police violence, right?
Yeah.
I know somebody who died. I know somebody who died from gang violence.
I just might die from COVID.
I know somebody who died from diabetes.
Right.
I know somebody who died from heart disease. I don't know nobody who died from COVID.
I do.
But I do.
I don't know nobody that's been on the moon. I don't know nobody that no pilot.
Well, you know that was staged.
Well, no one's been on the moon, my nigga, so let's not go down that.
Nobody's
road.
been on the moon because the world is flat.
Oh God, Dannon, shave your beard, man. What is you talking about?
With the COVID, this is one of the things where I'm on the fence. I don't know which side to lean to. I'm
Right.
just like in the middle, and I'm trying to play the middle as best as I can. I'm trying to look out for me and my
Right.
family.
What,
I don't know what's
one more
And I
last
think-
question.
yeah,
One more
D,
last question
go ahead,
for
D.
you, D. Before you roll out. So I was in Vegas.
10 more questions.
No.
Yeah, yo, D,
So
yeah,
when
yeah,
I was
D,
in
it's
Vegas,
not about you. no more,
and
D.
all the employees have to wear masks, but nobody in the hotel. Right? I mean, people who are visiting, they don't wear none at all. Like it was.
No, you have to now. As of last Friday, it's mandatory. Anywhere in public, you have to wear a mask in Vegas.
Last Friday, okay, because I was there 2 weeks ago.
Just for
Okay.
edification for
Yeah,
the people,
as
that's
of
called
Friday.
policy, not law.
That's
Okay.
true.
Just so you know,
Yeah.
for the people in the world, just so you know the
Yeah.
difference, it's called policy, not law. You
Right.
don't have to do it.
Yeah. But also,
It's a
to
strong
Nick's other
suggestion.
point,
Yes, because you won't get served.
Also, to Nick's point, I understand exactly what you're saying because it starts somewhere and it ends somewhere, and if we comply to everything, it could be worse because a year ago, a guy that worked at one of these casinos killed a girl and encased her in cement and buried her. Now, one of the hotels that he used to work for, he used to go to, now they make you give up all your information. They wanted my ID, they wanted my license, they wanted my ad, they
they're
wanted
not getting all
everything.
that.
And I'm like, I'm just delivering y'all some packages, dude.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need all this? But
Did
I'm-
they say why he did it? Like, did he lose a big hand?
No, I'm not sure. They tried to say he was pimping the girl on the side, and him
Oh,
and the girl
okay.
got into a situation, which was all false. Like, I mean, it's just all speculation. They don't
Right.
really know. But how does you getting all my information change anything? Because that dude killed some girl. You can't stop that, and
Right.
you doing it's never going.
I mean, man, information. I mean, right now, I don't know why anybody's even if people are worried about in life about not giving out the information or not having information.
Right.
That shit is old, man. It's too much out here right now for anyone
I'm
to
glad
get the
you old,
information.
Danny. I'm
You know
glad.
what I
I'm
mean?
glad you old.
Hey, I made it.
I'm glad your age.
So you young motherfuckers better hope you get this old.
Thanks,
goddamn it.
DJ.
And I ain't even know.
Thanks, DJ.
'cause
Appreciate the call.
Thanks, DJ. Just because Nick is 7.
All right.
Now, one thing I will say, I don't mind taking a test because the test don't mean shit as long as I ain't giving up none of my DNA, and which they probably collected any damn way. But it
They
don't
have
matter.
to because when you take
Yeah.
they have to take your DNA.
But here's the thing. Now, as far as like the whole vaccine and all that other kind of shit, I smell Tuskegee on all that because they're testing here and testing there and ain't telling nobody.
Something's telling me they're already doing it.
No, they're already doing it. And where in the hell did they get all these tests from? Considering this shit ain't but 3-4 months old, so
Yeah.
they say, and it takes what? What did Fauci say? Anywhere between 12 to 18 months to get up to speed on testing for a vaccine and all that shit. But yet still they're ready to roll in under 5 months.
I think in terms of, in
Because
relationship,
they already had it.
I think in terms of relationship with Nick Hussein and other
Exactly.
people. I think right. In terms of relationship with Nick Hussein and those that type of mentality, I think it is because people are looking at it as the government, the conspiracy theory of something going on with the government. So I understand that there's a defense mechanism of not wanting to maybe get tested or not.
It's a conspiracy theory. A theory.
I,
Okay, let me ask you a
I'm
question,
only
Danny.
saying it's a theory. Hold on, though. I don't know, Nick. I'm just using that terminology because we don't know anything about
He
it.
heard it on CNN.
Right, so that's what I'm actually. No, Danny.
And I finally could say the word.
So then you said-
that's why I had to make sure. I wanted to make sure I got the word out correctly.
So you saying that we don't know. So I just want to put this out there.
Okay.
Somebody tell me, when has the government ever been about Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans? So instead of saying where's the proof,
in a positive way. You mean?
yeah. So instead of everybody pointing at us, going, "Hey, where's the proof that the government doing anything to y'all?" Where is the proof and the evidence that they stopped? Where's that proof at?
Yeah.
So what is to make you think that they've changed their mentality since they first encountered your people? What proof do you have to say that every cop is not sent out there to track down slaves and return them back to the plantation.
Nigga, I'm with you with that, but
No, don't say you with me, nigga.
No.
You ain't on my team.
No.
What proof do you have? Damn
No,
it.
I'm with you because listen. No, and what I'm saying is this though. I would feel that way if maybe some Europeans didn't pass, if some Asian people didn't pass.
From what?
From the COVID. That's what because that's what you're saying. You're saying
Those are called casualties of war.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, Danny. I'm saying, okay, why Donald Trump walk around with no damn mask on it?
Because he got the cure.
Explain that. Why is Donald Trump, the leader of the free world, the president of the United States, saying, "Nigga, fuck the mask"? Wouldn't he? He old, white. He should be worried. He
Vice
on the
President was
list.
walking without it too until they gave him the blues.
It's just a little
Donald
suspicious.
Trump just didn't care.
It's just a little suspicious.
Yeah, you messing with him, he didn't care. So what?
So I'm just saying for the people out there, I just want to know where's the proof that America has ever been about helping black people before we just give them the credit that they're trying to help us. Just give me one example, 1 year, nigga, one bill, anything. I'll wait.
Okay.
It's on you, old school.
Yeah, you ain't got no answer for that. But
I don't
one
have an answer because at the end of the day, I just feel like, man, we don't know. I'd rather side on kill my mind.
I'm sorry.
I'd rather just go on the side of precaution, and if we have to take the test, we just have to take the test.
I got one for you. Do you consider yourself an essential worker?
Yes.
You do.
Yeah.
So do you think that the government should give you a stimulus check?
Yeah.
A hero check? You think you should get one just like everybody else?
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this question. This is the second one. Why should you get one for doing your job?
Because we are actually putting ourselves in a line of danger.
No.
If there was a line
no,
of
you're
danger.
actually going to work and get a check.
Great
Yeah.
point, Blue.
But I don't understand.
buzz out there.
But what is your Yeah, but what is your reasoning behind the question then?
The question I'm saying is that they're essential workers saying that they should get a hazard pay check because
But some
they're
jobs are doing
their
that.
job.
Some jobs are doing that. They're giving people $1 something, $2 more an hour.
I understand, but I want to know. What I'm saying to you is, why do you think that a person should get hazard pay for doing their job? It's they put themselves. COVID is small. The hospital has so many germs, so many. Look, you can get skin disease from the hospital. You catch anything from the hospital. They're putting themselves in jeopardy, and that's why they get paid that kind of money. They putting themselves in jeopardy 7 days a week and twice on Sunday.
Okay.
COVID is just another thing that causes
So do
jeopardy.
you feel they should get hazard pay?
I'm asking this question.
I just said yeah.
So
You know how we celebrate when a dude get a job?
Right?
Why are we celebrating for him doing something he's supposed to do?
Not because ain't nobody
Okay,
celebrating.
but how do you feel about it?
That question, you're reversing that question. You're making it sound like that's not celebration.
I don't know.
Come on, bro.
He's a spin doctor for real.
Yeah.
That's why I asked him, okay, how do you feel?
Do I feel like they should get
Compensation for going to work
compensation?
in a unforeseen hazardous time.
But if you
No. Ain't no but. Do you or do you not?
There's a lot of butts over here too.
No, you know
Don't
why?
let them-
And I'm gonna say, you know why?
Okay.
Because they dealing with germs and everything every day.
Okay.
Somebody they
So,
working
Blue,
on got AIDS,
do you think
and
that
then
should-
blood shoot in their mouth.
Do you think that should be in their pay already? Is what you're saying? Hazardous,
I'm saying it should be in their pay already.
like
'cause they-
gratuity, like a tip.
Yeah, because I'm saying
I agree.
It's because the doctor is working on somebody, and then a valve open up and blood shoot all the way in your mouth, and they got HIV.
Yeah, now you got the cooties.
now you got it. Like,
You got the magic job.
why should I be
The
paying you
cooties.
hazardous pay? What I'm saying is nurses, doctors
Okay.
definitely getting paid already, but nurses, a lot of nurses getting paid too. But people who are working in the hospital should be getting an understanding of you're in a situation where you can be affected.
Well, what if I'm just a dude dressed in the white clothes who just rolling a little cart with the dirty ass linens in there? I mean, should I get a pay increase as well?
You're nowhere. but
Okay,
you're-
so hold on.
you're not doing-
But
Let me
hold on.
pose this question, Dan. Let me pose this question.
Okay, go ahead.
Who is to decide?
What's the hazardous job?
No, what's
ahead.
essential?
Yeah,
See, this goes
there you
back to my original argument, which is the Constitution, okay, which is what everything is based on.
right.
How can the government decide that my life or my way of making life is not essential.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But I think that the people that if we're going to say about giving somebody a check, it should already be in that understanding. Like when you when you became a nurse, when you became a doctor,
Or when you became a cop.
There you go.
Because those are central jobs. Okay.
One of the procedures that's in your bylaws is the understanding of being able to deal with affected in some form or fashion people.
Okay.
So you already know, and then so well, you're a cop, and they go, so how do you handle if the person has HIV?
Right.
Like you
With gloves.
wait, guess what? There was a few cops that went and was like, oh, we got to deal with them. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pass on this job.
Okay, but I think you're taking that's wrong, because just think about when, and I don't want to. It's not even when Magic caught it, and there was dudes in the league that didn't want to play against Magic.
Shout out to Dennis Rodman.
Fuck Karl Malone.
Damn.
Wait.
I guess.
But
I
there
didn't have to say
but you
dudes.
got to remember, even Karl Malone apologized because he said the way that I was acting towards Magic was because I didn't know anything about the disease.
Point made. Exactly where
So
I'm
you
going.
out here
So
acting
hold
like
on,
Karl
hold on.
Malone.
No, so that's the point I'm making. No, I'm not talking about me. I don't care. But that's the point I'm trying to make.
Okay.
So Carl said I didn't understand. That's why I acted the way I acted.
Okay.
But this COVID seems to be a situation, quote unquote. So I'm just not, I'm not saying to say it's God, but it's because they know there is an issue that was derived from either, I don't know how it got here.
Okay.
They feeling like people are now putting themselves in danger to take care of these people that have it, is why they're getting this extra money.
Well, let me ask you.
Because hold on, let me finish. Because
Okay.
you said stimulus check, and now you're saying it's a difference between that and hazard pay.
Hazardous pay.
So you got to, because
it matches ours. So I said stimulus, but it's really hazard pay for them.
no, because stimulus check is if you have a job that isn't essential, and you're going to lose that job because you can't go.
I know
do
that, but
job.
I'm saying it's the workers were saying, why weren't if people who are not in working getting a stimulus check, why we not getting a check? I just said stimulus
Because a lot of people that are working are getting has pay.
All right, let me ask you this, Danny.
And if they should, and actually,
Danny.
if they're not, hold on.
Okay.
And if they're not, really, companies and corporations should be paying them has pay. I don't know if Dave is getting it, but because he is an essential worker as a security and has to deal with people, he should be getting $1 or $2 more an hour. And it's a lot of companies are doing that.
But let me ask you this, Danny. Why didn't they do that with AIDS, with HIV?
Because
no, you ain't got no because.
Damn, they asked me a question.
Because HIV and AIDS is just as you don't know who
I got
has
it because I got it because.
You don't know who has it.
True, but
he didn't let me
HIV
answer
and AIDS are nowhere near as communicable as a virus.
Let me ask you a question. It's not, but can you get it from somebody else?
Yeah, if we
Can it be
fucking-
transferred? No, that ain't the only way.
But see, Blue, you trying to hold on,
yeah,
Blue.
see, no.
You
So
playing,
you're security.
You playing
security, right?
You're
Now
playing.
we talking about are we talking about
No, I'm
HIV
saying,
or are we
Blue,
talking about
Yeah, you playing
COVID?
word.
So
You
you're
playing
security.
word games, Blue. Hold
Okay.
on,
And
Blue.
while you struggling, he bite you.
Okay.
But look what happened. I mean,
Stop.
this motherfucker talk about
He bite you.
He bite you.
He bite you, and you know you
Shouts out to Mike
know they
Tyson.
will bite.
He sound
they
like-
will bite.
he
All
sound
right,
like- he
forget
sound like-
about he bite you. He spit dead in your face, and some of it get in your mouth.
He sound like little Mikey. He bite. He like it. He like you.
Danny, you work with kids. They spit and bite all the time.
Man, his kids will
So
spit
let
and bite
me
over this
ask you a
motherfucker.
question.
Catch the ass.
Why wasn't they doing hazardous pay for HIV and AIDS?
It's like I said before, everything's situational.
Yeah,
It,
come on.
it,
That-
it,
look.
it depends on how it's viewed publicly and what type of backlash
You
is going to
can-
come from
I-
one
no,
viewpoint
no,
to
I'm
another.
gonna-
You can get rid of COVID. You can't get rid of HIV.
Shit, you may not get rid of COVID.
Yeah, shit. The way it look.
Uh,
But how? Okay,
you for damn sure ain't getting rid of
Okay, but let's
HIV.
keep it. Okay, but you're trying to. Look, you're playing word games right now. Now, hold on, let me finish
Shouts
now.
out to Charlie Sheen.
Let me put this out here. When HIV and AIDS came up in the late 70s, early 80s,
okay.
most people said it was getting transmitted 2 ways:
Okay.
through homosexual acts
Mm-hmm.
and blood transfusions.
Okay.
So we had 2 reasons of knowing how to get it
Or how not to get it.
or how not to get it. This, as the COVID,
We have no clue.
we have no clue. So if I tell you, look, we can test the blood before you get the transfusion, and are you a straight man? Because now, back then, I'm going back then, so don't anybody that's LGBTQ, WXYZ, don't get mad at me what I'm about to say.
Was that
Because
like-
No,
Was
but
that
you
back
could be
in
a
your
straight
Studio
man and still
54
get
days?
HIV.
my Studio 4.
Wait, but you could be a straight man and still get HIV.
Let me finish, though.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
See, at that time, and this is why I'm about to say what I'm saying.
Okay.
At that time, it was not said you get it as a straight heterosexual person, right? They didn't say that. They said at that time, if you were a homosexual, that's how you got it, or through blood transfusion, which is how Arthur Ashe got it.
Okay.
Okay, so once people thought about that, or if we got that information, then people were saying, "Well, look, I'm not gay, so I can still
So I
go
ain't
ahead.
gotta worry about it."
I can still go raw."
Yep.
Until women actually were getting infected by men, and then it was like, wait a minute,
Down low.
no. Oh yeah, well yeah, that too. Okay, I thought you said hell no.
Down-
Say
nah,
no,
that's a
yeah,
down low, brother.
right. So what happened is now a woman is saying, wait a minute, I'm not gay and I'm having sex with my husband, just so to make Nick's point. How am I getting infected with the COVID? It doesn't make a difference if you're gay, straight, bi, trans, whatever. You can catch it. When in terms of the AIDS, they was giving you a level. A ceiling, as you know what I mean. Okay, this is how you can get it. If you don't,
didn't they say that black people are more susceptible to COVID
Yeah.
though? Didn't they say that we get COVID more?
So,
but they said that
if we-
because of how we were being medically. No, Nick, I'm just telling you what happened in New York.
No,
they
they
were saying
said-
it because
what they
we
said
weren't.
we-
It was happening in poor neighborhoods, and they weren't getting the ventilators, and they wasn't getting the
And they,
treatment.
weren't-
didn't
and they
say-
don't have
no,
proper
no.
health care.
And they don't have
can't-
proper health care.
They
can't go
wasn't
get checked.
saying that we catch it faster than anybody. What they say, we die from it faster than anybody else because we have other problems
So,
that it attached to.
you
So-
know, Bill and Melinda Gates just
They can kiss my ass. Too.
they just sent a bunch of people over to Africa to start injecting those kids over there.
That's what I said. I smell Tuskegee on this.
So that's especially when it broke out in China and it hit Europe so bad. Why are you over in Africa shooting them kids? You
Yeah.
should think about that. You should think about your government. You should think about your COVID shots and your mask and
See,
all of that
I-
stuff.
I-
Well,
you
what
know,
I'm saying
I
is
mean,
the
I'm-
job.
Go ahead.
What I'm telling you about it is that the job requires that level of commitment. So why did COVID come and change the level of commitment? It didn't. The job you took came with that level of commitment. To be
Okay.
a nurse, to be a doctor, to be a dentist in somebody's mouth, that you're
Yeah,
going
that's
to be affected. You can be affected by somebody. It came with that understanding. Those were the requirements.
Yeah, but when you say certain,
You know.
but when you say that,
Okay.
these people are at a job that is being brought. They know the disease is being brought to them. See, that's the difference.
When
That's
you come to the
that's-
hospital, when a
that's
person comes to the hospital, you think they're coming in there and they heal? Like when they come to the
Blue,
hospital, you know they
We
sick.
talking about
yeah, it's
COVID.
stuff worse than COVID though.
There's
Yeah,
stuff
right.
worse than- They know they sick.
Okay.
So you're in that job and you know you can catch anything. You can catch Ebola.
Real talk.
Ebola was around for 2 weeks.
What happened to Ebola?
I guess it went back to Africa. I don't know.
But I'm
now-
just saying
or,
is you took the
or
job.
saying,
I'm
Dannon.
sure everybody heard about DL.
Yeah.
Actually, I spoke with DL.
Okay, so he was asymptomatic,
Yeah.
but yet still he infected damn near the whole studio and half his family.
Then he said he was dehydrated too.
Yeah.
Dehydrated and
Yeah, that's normally why niggas pass out.
yeah.
Who else got affected? Of DL?
His son
Yeah. Okay.
and other people that work for his show.
Well, was the girl
got
because he
them
was
too.
doing his show on a regular basis, and him and the girl damn near sit like this.
Yeah, I know.
So if she didn't get it, then man, she should have been the main one every
but,
day.
But Kyle tested positive too. So I'm just saying, whether and I'm sure whether he got scanned,
and that's a great point though. But
whether he got scanned, whether he got tested or did whatever, he's asymptomatic. So he would not show. He wouldn't be running a fever. He would not be coughing. He would not be sneezing. He wouldn't, look like he had something. But yet still,
My whole
he's
thing,
transmitting.
Danny, my whole thing, Danny, is the job came with those understandings.
Here's my point.
And
I'm
COVID
gonna go with
doesn't change that.
Here's my point, and I'm gonna go with you on this.
Okay.
This is what now in terms of jobs.
Okay.
I was really upset with nurses quitting. That was my only issue.
Are you upset with the police quitting?
Yes. Let me tell you why.
Why? I'm listening.
Okay, let me tell you why I'm upset with the police quitting.
Great question.
Because if you quit to me as a cop, then you're agreeing with how police brutality is out there. Because if you're not a bad cop, why are you quitting? Why are you calling in sick?
Okay, so why are you mad for somebody finally saying, okay, you know what? Y'all done took away my toys. I'm going home. Fuck you. Go home.
I'm not mad in terms of them leaving. I'm mad because what is showing them that they were bad cops. So
Of course.
So my madness is saying
But you knew that anyway.
exactly. They knew it too.
Yeah.
But listen to what I'm saying. No, hold
Okay,
on.
go ahead.
So what I'm saying is my madness of them is them trying to perceive to us that, oh man, we can't do our job. No. If you can't do your job, if you feel like you can't do your job and you got to quit, I'm mad about that.
If you can't find a way to get a job done with all that shit you got on your belt,
Exactly.
quit.
So my point, yeah, and I'm with you, Dave. I'm not mad that they quit. I'm mad because of the reason why they quit it.
Yeah.
But as a nurse, like I was saying, my upset with the nurses is like what Blue kind of just said. You took an oath, hey, to take care of people, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
As a cop, you take an oath. When you
To
do this,
protect and serve.
right, you're not going to have, you could be on a job 25 years. You're going to have, in part of that 25 years, you're going to have a month, a week, a day that it's, life is on the line.
That shit's rough. Yeah.
Right. So you can't all of a sudden jump ship when all of a sudden they don't have enough ventilators, or the people say, well, the hospitals are not equipped. Well, nobody's equipped for this to happen to what happened to us. You know what I'm saying?
You should be.
But Dave, you're playing devil's advocate because no one knew that this was going to come over here to the States the way that it is.
We spoke on it in 2014 and 2015.
It does-
Just watch the tape.
But I'm just saying, but whether you did or not, so I'm going to order 1,000 ventilators right now because of 2014. They say it might come. We don't know that.
Well, what if I just signed up just to take blood, though, nigga? I'm not trying to get sick from COVID.
But no.
I just want to take blood pressure, nigga, and go home.
But if your oath is to take care of people,
yeah, but I'm just taking blood pressure,
I
nigga. That's what you
understand
got to understand.
but again,
I
Like
went
I
to school
said,
for 2
hey,
years,
I'm
nigga,
the
to take
dude pushing
yeah.
that little cart. That's all I do.
But again, we're going to. I mean, come on. It's like okay. Let's take sports. You know that in the NFL,
I'm the punter.
Come on, Dave. Come on. Be serious on this one part.
Go ahead.
Great job.
You know when you get in the league,
Yes.
there's a possibility, even as the punter,
Okay.
you can get blindside hit. You can break a leg. Maybe you can get paralyzed.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay? You play 15 years in the league. All of a sudden, your last year, you get your knees blown out off a late hit, something like that, and all of a sudden you want to sue the NFL because
They didn't protect me.
but you can't think that in that 14, 15 years of your career that something may not happen. So in terms of, I believe the reason why they're getting that extra pay is because this is something that we've never seen before, we never had before, and it's pretty much saying like, you know what, you're not going to get a stimulus check, but because the nurses have been making more money an hour. Because I know some friends of the nurses, and they're making big bank working in those situations.
Now,
right
is it because they got to pay increases or because they're doing more hours?
They're getting paid. No, they're getting paid increase for the situation of the COVID, just like with the stimulus package.
Okay.
People are getting Dave. If you lose, and you think about it, it's a great point. Just the COVID is costing people their jobs, right? So that's unemployment. So usually you get $450, depending on what state you live in, $450 per week, $900.
$725. Something like
Exactly. But what the government is saying, and I'm not saying I'm agreeing or disagreeing with the government, but they're saying, yo, we don't know what this is. And this is going to, I believe they had a feeling like this is going to be something that's really not going to be coming back. You're going to allow you to come back to your job right away. We're going to throw $600 extra on per week because right now we want to make sure that people don't go under. Or we want to give a company, these corporations, opportunity to get these business loans. Or just like a loan that ended yesterday where people can get a $150,000 loan and pay it back, start paying it back next year, blah, blah, blah. So they knew something. But when it comes to what Blue is saying, I think it kind of balances itself out. You know, you can get either the unemployment, the stimulus check, or you're working more hours. And I believe, like in your case, because I am getting it. when I at this one place that I'm working, I got $1.50 more an hour working with the kids. So that's the only thing I'm saying. I agree with you on the job part.
You didn't sign up for that. I'm saying
I know
nurses
I didn't sign up for that, but at the same time,
signed up for that.
You know what? I did sign up for that, but when you work with people, let's put it this way: when you work with people, there are kind of certain rules that they have. Like they always say, the customer is always right. Why? Because you're working with people. So the customer can come in and curse you out, hit you in the head with a box, and guess what? Policy-wise, not law-wise, but policy-wise, the customer is right. I used to work for FedEx, and they don't care what the customer did. That customer is always right. They do not want to lose that customer.
But you still didn't sign up.
Of course you didn't.
For that. But nurses and doctors did.
You didn't sign up for it. But in every job, there's some type of policy that's probably small print that's saying, you know, I'm quite sure Dave has situations, even needs security. He has to handle certain things.
He didn't sign up for that either.
But I know what I signed up for.
But he knows what he signed up for.
I know my job can take me in either direction, either go way left or go way right. I knew that when I signed up, so I was cool with it.
No, but you didn't sign up for that. You didn't take an oath.
No, I didn't take an oath.
You didn't take an oath to work on people no matter what.
But Blue, every job, at least almost think about what we do as entertainers. We just talked about it. No, we didn't take an oath that we got to struggle, you know what I mean, doing what we do, knowing we got the talent. But the oath is you're not going to make it to after you get into this group, hang with this group, get this crew, and get this person and say, okay, now is your time. We know what it, you know, pertains to. We know what entertainment pertains to. We just have to go ahead and fight through that battle. Like I said when I told Dave, I was mad at the cops, not that they quit, but that they quit. That they quit because they felt like, because to me, if you're a cop that quit, you're a bad cop.
What if you were a cop that quit because of the dudes who were standing and just were being, they were rookies, and that now their life and their life and freedom is on the line because of what another cop did? What if you quit because you don't want to be put in a position where your life and your freedom is on the line?
Again, you just said it.
For that anyway.
You just said it. So you just said that's what you signed up
for. That you sign up for that.
Yeah.
But I said, what if you quit for that reason though?
You're a bad cop. Then no, I'm mad because they're using that excuse of not wanting to do the job correctly. That's what I'm upset about. Because if I'm a good cop, I'm not going to quit because I know I'm doing my job right. Why would I quit a job? Or why would I quit because you're not doing the job right? Because that means that I agree with how you are acting.
Right. So let me ask you a question.
And would you agree on that part?
Right.
Okay.
So if nurses and doctors should get hazardous pay, should police and fire department get hazardous pay?
They do get hazardous pay. They make good money an hour. They get a hell of a pension.
They all.
They
all get a hell of a pension.
But I mean, if you really look at it,
right.
A
so
cop,
they already getting paid. Is that what you're saying?
Once you get in the union, why you think it's so hard to get rid of a cop? I mean, that's your hazardous pay almost, really.
Okay,
you really think,
so they shouldn't get no more, right?
No, let's think about it. No, let's keep it on what you said.
Okay.
But we ain't talking about, because they get, first of all, they do get more. Cops can go ahead and work overtime, and we've known it, and they make thousands of dollars.
That's what I'm saying. So why should they get more for doing their job?
He's still doing his job because he's getting overtime.
Okay.
So that doesn't make sense, Blue.
No. Why should he get another check on top of him doing his regular job?
Blue, you keep running back to the stimulus check.
No, hazardous pay.
I mean, hazardous pay, whatever.
Yeah.
But
okay, same vein, not the direct topic. What do you feel establishes an essential worker?
An essential worker?
Yeah.
I it established one that we can't do without. That's what it's supposed to be, right?
That's what it should be.
Who is we?
The society can't do without. We have to have doctors. We have to have nurses. We have to have at this moment we have to have firemen, police officers. Those ones we can't do without. Or just let your house burn down.
Where's the line that is? I'm trying to figure out. Where do we stop and say, okay, well, that person, what you're doing is not essential?
To me, every job is essential. It just depends on the level of it. Like, for instance, when they close down barbershops, right? And hair salons.
You can learn how to cut your own hair.
No. Whether you can do that or not, I'm just saying that could be considered an essential worker because I want to look good or I want to make sure my hair did. So
but that's not something we can.
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, okay,
yes,
go
I'm
ahead.
being sarcastic in a way. But what I'm saying is, I think it comes to answer Nick's point, the level of how much it is needed. We need police officers, whether we like them or not. I'm going to call a cop if somebody breaks into my crib, whether I catch the dude or. I'm sorry. Nick, I know I'm sorry for doing that.
I'm going to call the police.
I'm calling the cops so you don't get out of here.
I'm scared.
And stop and drop my television, please. but look at this. Would you say a male person is an essential worker?
I'm looking at the chat room right now. They said that they're saying that they should get hazardous pay. Post office work.
And they should, because they're dealing with. They already said they're dealing with. If you have to keep using sanitizer, unless you're wearing.
Did they get hazardous pay during anthrax?
No.
I don't think they did.
Oh, well, to
That's
Blue's
what
point,
I'm
then
trying
fuck
to
all of
tell
that.
you.
nigga.
They didn't get it through.
Yeah, if you didn't give it during the anthrax, my
they're
nigga,
not
we
getting
can't give it to
through
him right
AIDS. They're
Like I
not.
said.
they-
He said through AIDS.
But again,
Everything is situational.
right? Because again, as
It
a male
depends on how it's
person,
deemed by society.
I agree. A male person should, but then another way, maybe they shouldn't. Maybe because they're not dealing with the public per se all day. They're really dealing with mail.
That's even worse because you're dealing with hands and licking envelopes.
Yeah, but guess what
sneezing
they're gonna
on
say
them.
to you? But they're gonna say to you, wear your gloves.
All right, check this out.
Okay, go ahead.
You're a postman.
I'm postman.
You taking a job.
I took the job.
Now you.
Wait a minute, I take the job or I took the job?
You got the job.
Okay,
the job.
this motherfucker
Now,
like,
what-
nigga, give me the job.
Okay.
Give me your mail.
Here's a couple of things that you know for a fact.
Okay.
You know for a fact that you've heard people coming in there and shoot up the whole post office.
Right.
Okay. You know for a fact that there could be bombing in the package.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know for a fact that people send all kind of viruses, anthrax through the mail.
Okay.
You knew that when you took the job.
Yes, sir.
You know for a
Okay.
fact the dog gonna bite your ass eventually.
So you knew that when you took the job. So let me ask you a
Your
question.
ass, Mr. Postman.
Now-
Dog getting shot. Sorry.
Now, mind you, I ain't pay you hazardous pay for none of those.
Okay.
Now that you can catch COVID and you got to go sit down for 2 weeks and get paid, why am I paying you hazardous pay now?
Great question.
That's
You
great.
you carrying bombs.
That's okay.
You carrying diseases.
No, you carrying bombs. I'm I ain't carrying no goddamn
I'm just saying,
bomb. No, I
if
didn't
you
say-
weren't getting hazardous pay then, why should you get? How did COVID get bigger and stronger
think-
than
listen.
anthrax, than
This
bombs,
is CNN.
Yeah. I
then
just,
bombs,
Listen,
then
man.
somebody coming in there and
AIDS,
shooting up the whole bit? Get what I'm
crack.
saying? Yeah, when did it get more powerful
Polio.
than what we already been dealing with?
Sugar booger.
sugar booger. What the
I'm just
booger
throwing out
sugar.
old.
You know
what I'm saying? I'm just saying,
I wasn't born back then.
When did COVID get
Shout
more
out to dyslexia.
important?
talking about what he says to his wife at night. He talking about bringing it over here. Sugar booger.
I don't know what that.
Speak on another man's
Yeah,
phone
what?
like
He
that.
not he not married, Big Daddy. He been single a long time.
I have
man.
been single a long time. Hey, okay, look.
Keep saying shit like that, it's going to remain.
Let me say this. Blue, you have a point.
I'm just asking.
But I think what the government or our country is looking at is this is something that just came out. And we can probably say out of the blue, no pun intended.
Yes.
And all of a sudden now we saw what happened in Europe.
Okay.
We did not prepare ourselves, whether we, like Dave said, 2014, we knew or not, we didn't prepare ourselves.
Right.
And I think a lot of times in the United States, we feel when something happens to another country, it won't really get over here in some cases. But a lot of that, what people don't remember or do remember is a lot of the COVID happened through the cruise ship lines because
Okay.
people were going on cruises
Okay.
and coming back with the COVID.
Okay.
Okay. In saying that, I think it hit our major cities, New York, the East Coast, so hard that they did not have an understanding on how to corral it. So the best way to do it, and I'm just saying hypothetical thinking, was to send people home.
Okay.
By sending people home, you're telling people, yo, you're not going to be able to work.
Okay.
But we had to do something to try to at least, get this thing under control.
Okay.
So that's where that money, in terms of the stimulus check, said, you know what, we have to. Just like if there was a depression, right? When Obama gave us a stimulus check.
Yeah, the recession.
The recession.
Gotcha.
So I just feel like if the government can see, okay, this is going to affect, because nationally and worldwide this is affecting our money coming in. We want to make sure that people can stay afloat.
Right.
If you have a job that we quote unquote, and I'm just saying quote unquote because any job can be essential.
Okay.
We feel like, okay, you know what? We need you to keep working. But your incentive to keep working is $1.50, $2 more an hour, which will make you feel like, okay, I'm not going to work in the line of fire when I could be home, maybe like another family member getting a stimulus check or adding, $600 to my unemployment. That's the only way I can look at it, Blue, because, again, whether Nick is right in terms of where's this thing coming from, government planet, whatever, or it's not.
I didn't say that.
No, wait, Nick. But you always kind of have the government somewhere in there, Nick.
I didn't say that.
Okay, but we still have to, in some way, protect ourselves. Now, bringing back the story of AIDS and HIV, we knew, or we quote unquote, we felt we knew how this was getting transferred from people to people and transmitted. So that, I believe that's one reason it wasn't a thing of going out and giving money for people who have had caught AIDS or caught the HIV virus.
Okay.
And that's all I can probably think, because I'd rather be safe than sorry, I believe. And I think the country was more sorry at first than safe. And now we're trying to say, you know what? We need to go ahead and be safe. So we're going to shut down everything. So who's an essential worker? Well, Dave's an essential worker. Why? Because he works somewhere and it's security, which means it's protecting property or something like that. So you're an essential worker. Is Blue an essential worker? Well, you're a singer. Not really, because, and I'm not knocking you, Blue, you know what I'm saying? Because you're an entertainer. So it's like, same with me.
A little envy in that statement.
No, I'm saying because you're a singer. Or same with me. They're not, but what they did do is this. Okay, so if you're an entertainer, and Nick knows this, we're going to offer you guys some type of loan opportunity for a business loan or an entertainment package. Stipend.
Yeah.
So everybody's kind of getting taken care of in a way, and I think it's also that the government, quote unquote, the government, can feel like, okay, everybody's taken care of. Let's see if we can handle or find out what this disease is.
All right, let me say this. Don't get me wrong. Whatever you believe you deserve, I want you to get it. If, however you can get a little bit more of a hand up, or a little, things could be a little more easier for you in this world, I want you to get it. What I'm saying is, when somebody comes to you and say, whether it's a Republican or whatever, and say, why
you can say Democratic
is
too.
a
Let's
per-
say it.
or
Throw it-
Democratic.
Keep it.
Or
Let's keep
Democratic.
it. We
Democrat.
don't jump
Say-
sides over here.
Say, why should you be getting more money for COVID when the job you signed up for came with all of these understandings?
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. How do you answer that?
I don't think.
How does COVID get stronger than anthrax? How does it get stronger than the bomb? How does it get stronger than AIDS? How does it get stronger than a skin virus disease that somebody can give you by touching you?
Right.
That flesh eating shit.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this
Like,
question.
How?
Let me ask you this question.
Yes.
And just a straight yes or no.
Yeah.
Do you think it's right that people are getting a stimulus package?
Yes.
Okay.
I and the reason why I believe now that's a little different. The reason why I believe that people should get the stimulus check is because what you did was you completely took away our jobs. Now, for our essential workers, what COVID did for them was gave them more work to have. What I mean is, like, they not worried about getting laid off. They not worried about their bills not getting paid.
Right.
All they really worried about is exhaustion.
Right.
Because they taking up a lot of hours. And they worried about catching it.
Now, do you know one reason other people have complained that have jobs,
Right.
and why they have given people more money an hour? Is because people that have lost their jobs or not working are actually making more money
Right.
than some of the people that are to still have their job.
But that's only for a moment.
I
After
know.
a while, you go right back down
Yeah.
to the 450 or whatever your
Right.
city
now,
is
let me,
paying.
now let me ask you this question. This is for
Yeah.
either you or Dave. When this is over,
Right.
or at least when it's somewhat quote unquote get under control. Let's put it this way: we don't know. It's gonna be like any other disease. It's probably gonna be there the rest of our lives.
It's gonna be here.
Right.
gonna be here,
But let me
dog.
ask
It's
you.
here.
But let me ask you this question: if you lost your job because of this, should the government continue to take care of you? Because there's going to be people that lost. There's going to be jobs. There's already jobs that have not coming. They're not going to come back. Restaurants not going to come back. People that you know what I mean. That's not going to. That just could not make it through this time period.
If that was the case, they would have done that during the Great Depression and World War I.
Yeah. So
They
look,
didn't do it then. And
what
now-
hap-
Okay, I'm
Danson
just
doesn't do it now.
asking that
What,
question.
what happens is it's kind of like when they were upset when they saved General Motors and Detroit, when they saved all the car companies in Detroit. What people was upset about
was bullshit.
What most people were upset about was there's an understanding that things don't last forever. Things die out and new things are born.
Technology changes.
And
so forth so on.
technology changes. And so they said if they wouldn't have saved Detroit, then there would have been something else to come along
But
to take over.
yeah, but
Sometimes
on that line.
sometimes we hold on to things that should have been gone.
But
a long
on the
time ago.
line though, but see, here's the problem. What upset most people because Obama saved the cars,
Right.
the factory, the auto,
Right.
the auto business. He also saved the banks because the banks were like, well, look, if we go down, we're not going to be able to get loans, blah blah
Bailed
blah.
out everybody.
He bailed the banks out. Then the banks stopped giving loans.
Yep.
So the banks took the money and then said, "Fuck the people."
And that and
So
so what I'm saying is maybe we should have let it
so what I'm
where
saying
it could be a new way.
Right. So, but what I'm saying is, I think now, if you think back on that, if you want to put those two together, that's why some people would be like, well, why? You saving this? It's like, for instance, the Lakers. The Lakers got one of those stimulus packages, like
Right.
$4 million or something like that.
Right.
And then people's like, wait a minute, you guys are worth, and to the point where they gave the money back. Some of these big major corporations are starting to give the money back because
Right.
they get in court.
Right.
So I wonder, like you said, how, and Dave said, look, it happened before. Your job should be saved. How far should we be saving people? I just feel like if a person loses their job for something like this that they did not do, that they, you know what I mean? Somehow there should be some type of compensation for them to at least
I'm gonna be
stay on their
honest with
feet
you.
for a
I
year
can't
or
tell
so.
you how long we should save people. I can't. The reason why I can't tell you because I don't know what people's struggle was.
What the real struggle was.
Because I'm gonna tell you the reason why I don't know is because or the reason why I won't compare. I'll just say this: there are people when we had the recession before who had been working 35 years at the job.
Right.
This is the job. They had always been on time. They did their job and the whole nine, and then got laid off, and then had to go back into the quote unquote business world at the age they were now.
Right.
That was hard. So, and they had already been. All they had was the money they saved for their retirement because they've raised children, they've put them through college. Like they live and hand them out. Most people don't even get to enjoy their money till they retire.
And most people don't get to enjoy it then. 2 or 3 years after. Later.
Yeah,
That's it.
they might
That's
die. I'm just saying. So I can't tell you how long or how long should we stop or I knew that everybody needed that help.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how long we should not give it.
I mean, the sad thing about that type of question is when you look at the welfare system, just per se, where it was there to help. It was supposedly there to help. And I'm not saying that we have not, as a people or other people of color, have not been held down by the government. But what I'm saying is it was put there to help. And then we have some people, I won't say all, that just use it as a crutch and a hustle. And it goes from generation to generation. And they got it down so much that my mother's grandmother was on it, and my daughter's kids, you know what I mean?
Becomes a way of life.
Real-
It becomes a way of life.
Danny, quick
Yeah, go ahead.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Any proof that it was put there to help?
I'm trying to be more positive than say that it was negative. There is no proof. There is no proof to put there whether it was there to help Nick. And so, but I'm trying to go the positive route, saying.
But we do
that
have
welfare,
proof that it hasn't helped the black family.
Yes, and I said
so
that.
it's
I
safe to say that it was put there maybe to destroy the black family.
I don't want to say that.
But we have proof that it has, right?
No, but I don't want to say that because there have been people that have been on welfare that have gotten off on welfare and become doctors and lawyers and everything else. They used it for what it was supposedly there for. Would you agree on that part?
I don't know those people, so I can't agree on that
Nick,
part.
shut your ass up.
I can only speak on what I know.
I know, Nick, but you know, okay, you don't know, but come on, not everybody has stayed. Put it this way, you know people that haven't stayed on welfare.
I know that welfare has hurt more black families than it's helped.
I'll say this.
I would agree with that.
Creations and ideas come from when you don't have another option. And so everything can be an enabler.
Yes.
So
I mean,
when he
a
said,
regular
was
job
it made
can be.
for us?
It depends
Was
on how
it
you
made
purpose it. Depends
for
on how
us?
you
Was
use
it
it.
really
Yeah.
made for it to help us? Most likely not, because there was going to be a few. It's almost like the insurance companies say, where they have all these different, well, we're not going to fix this. And they have a number of how many people got to die before they got to stop doing something. So if it's going to be a few people, let's say maybe some doctor, lawyers, Indian chiefs made it out of welfare. But
Say
there
the
was so
Indian
many
chiefs.
more.
He said Indian chiefs.
But there was so many more.
my brothers, my native brothers, Americans.
Yeah, you know what I'm
American
saying?
natives. We
But there was
apologize for Brother Blue.
so many more.
Some of the Indians got.
that didn't make it. There's so many more that laid on that option.
Well, you
and
know,
didn't think of another one.
But now here's something. And not hopefully not off topic, but this is what I'm in relationship. A lot of people become a victim or a slave to their occupation because of their lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
So what happens is this: say you have a job, Dave. I'll use FedEx. So I had a friend that worked for FedEx, and he used to complain about the job every day. I mean, he worked 20-something every day. Came and gum. I'm back up in this motherfucker. That's what he always
He
said.
ain't gotta be.
Exactly, but his house,
Oh yeah.
his car, his kids' education, his wife's, and whatever is all based off of that job. So what Blue just said is, you know, and not in so many words, if you put yourself in that position to have this be your only sole reasons or a way of making a living, then this is where you at. This is why it's always important, I believe, that you do something that you really love doing, if you can, because you don't want work to feel like work. You know what I mean? Because again, and that's why a lot of people do get to that age, Dave, where they retire and they don't even get to enjoy their retirement money or something like that.
Let me tell you, Danny, this is definitely a woman's job. If she knows her job, is to help you build what you want in life. So when you wake up in the morning, when you ready to get up out of here, leave, go do something different, you can look around and see what you have accomplished, and it make you get right back into bed. Do you understand? That's a woman's job. If she doesn't do that, then you gone.
I thought a woman's job was to get you up to $800 million and then get half that motherfucker when I roll.
She was made to be a helpmate. So her job is to
now,
show
right
you-
now, what you're saying
Right.
is how can I put You're saying
Go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, I'm
I
trying
want
to
to see this shit. Go
I'm
ahead.
trying to word it for
Step on out there, D.
I'm gonna step on out there.
Step on out there.
So Brother Blue says their job is to be a helpmate.
Who is there?
Women.
Oh, okay.
Hey, he said it. I'm just
Right.
going over what
No,
Blue
it's
said.
true.
But
Why you keep pointing
okay,
at Blue?
but women would look at that and go, wait a minute. That's stereotypical sexism. No? Oh, he
Okay,
and
okay.
I know what you're saying though,
Yeah.
Blue.
So you speaking for women?
No, I'm speaking for the what people have talked about.
Look, what you want it to be and what it was
No,
first
and
created
I'm
to be.
with you. No,
It's
Blue.
two different things.
Blue, I'm with you.
Oh, speak. Hey, won't he do it? Speak on it, Blue.
It's two different things.
Did
Say it again, Blue.
Did Nick say?
Step on out there, D.
Did Nick actually say Won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
What you want it to be and what it was created to be.
Damn.
Won't he do
Two
it?
different
You
things.
need to put that on a shirt, Blue.
But Blue, and I want you to know, Blue.
Then we can apply that to the
I
government,
think-
to the police.
But you know what?
Women.
Hey, Nick.
TRR.
But I think we're also. I agree with you. But
Right.
I think because of our society now, by saying something like that, because you're right. I think here's the thing.
Somebody
I was
called you
told-
Dannon Green Obama.
They're gonna be Daddy Green Obama. That's cool. Let me say this. An old head told me this one time.
Right.
He said, as a man, now, and since we're all men here, I want to know what you, Nick, and Big Dave think about this. He said, as a man, when you get married, you have to make sure, even if your wife is working, that you make enough money to be able to carry the whole house and her. Because when a woman gets married, I would say, quote unquote, some women, when they get married,
Right.
they're either going to want 2 career changes. One, stay home, raise the family, or 2, have a career change that is going to actually be lower than the money than what might have initially came in when you guys, because I have a friend that told me that. And his wife, and I don't think it's not his wife was a nurse, and she wound up wanting to be a cruise, like a traveling agent or something like that. So what do you guys think about that?
I'm gonna run off and join the circus.
Dave, stupid. What do you think about it, Nick? For real?
I do not subscribe to that ideology.
Okay.
I don't think that money defines me being a man.
No.
You understand? So
But what about, I'm saying, in terms of them saying you, no, we ain't defining you as a man. We're not-
no. Even, but I don't obviously. But I'm saying even in a relationship context, right?
Okay.
So when I'm dealing with a woman, now this just be my experience. Okay, shout out to my shorties, my rib. You dig? She'll hand me her paycheck, and I ain't got to ask for it.
This nigga is a
Because no, it's not that I'm a pimp. It's out of respect.
I know.
She respects my position.
Okay.
Just like I'm gonna always treat her as a woman. She doesn't have to do anything
Right.
in
That-
order for me to do that.
Right.
I'm gonna treat her like a black woman, no matter what she does.
Right.
You understand? So I just feel like that needs to be reciprocated. I think that when we start, because if that's the case, Floyd Mayweather is the greatest husband of all time. He take care of all his bitches. So women should think about that.
My
If-
man, for those who did not hear that,
yeah.
That's real talk.
my man Nick
Shout out
said
to Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather is the best husband of all time because he takes care
He
of
bought him a
all
club.
his bitches.
He bought him a club.
Yeah.
You know, so
But it's true.
No, women should. Y'all, so as women, y'all should think. I don't want to tell you what y'all think about, but maybe you should consider that if you are looking at a man saying, "Well, what can he do for me, or what can he buy for me?" Look at the type of man that you're referring to. Floyd Mayweather is the. Ain't no niggas really balling like that. So
Not
for
many
you-
yet. I mean, you know.
So that's the man that they're looking up to.
But I'm telling my girl right now, if that's what you're looking at, I'ma holler at you
Then
later on.
the reason why you can't do it by money.
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm
I'm just saying,
yeah.
but I'm saying the reason why
Okay.
you can't, because there are men who work 100 times harder than the dudes who make the money.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they work to put a roof over their wife and children's head to the point where all they could do is work and go to sleep
Right.
and go back to work.
But then that's when you need
Well,
what you
what's the-
just said. Hold on. That's when you need that kind of woman that you just made. reference of.
Danny, don't squeeze out of this, nigga.
No,
So,
wait a minute,
so
wait a
hold
minute.
on. Let me ask you this question. So
Wait a minute,
what?
hold
So,
on, wait a minute,
so
hold on.
what is the woman? What is the woman's job?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Before we go there,
This is,
I was just asking the
why you stuttering? Nigga, calm down. Man, we all family, Danny. Calm down.
Step on out there, dude.
Now you-
but you
Your
know
beard,
what?
your
No.
beard turning gray.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Ma-
Anytime Nick points, some shit's about to break out. He ain't pointing at me ever, so hold on, Nick. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, man.
No, say what you're saying. Go ahead, Nick.
I'm just saying. I don't think that we should just break it down, based on what the person is bringing in, what they're not doing.
Right.
I agree with you, but what I'm saying is what Blue said. I was saying that because what Blue said is what a hardworking, to me, a real man needs.
Which is why I asked you,
Yeah.
right? Because I thought that's what you were saying, that you agreed. So
I agree.
I was asking you, if that's what you're saying, then what is the woman's job?
What is the
If
woman's
we
job?
have, if to Danny Green, we have identified the man's job.
Right.
Now, once I do that,
What's the woman's job?
what am I expecting now?
Okay, can we turn
ahead,
off
talk
all
to
the
me.
mics? And
Nah, nigga, this all
hey, I don't want this to go back 20 years later. He said,
Step on out there, dude.
step out there.
What's the job of the woman?
The job?
You don't have to repeat the question, nigga. What's the job of the woman? You're like the president, nigga. The job of the woman.
The
Listen.
job? I believe that the job of the woman is not only to be a helpmate, but to be someone that is going to at least give their man or their husband the confidence to make a decision that's going to affect the family. I think, and I'm gonna give you an example. There was a pastor that came to our church one time, and he was talking about how
You go to church?
I actually
You believe in a pastor?
Go ahead, dog.
Knowing how many hoes he was running.
damn.
Shout out to the pastor.
Please continue.
I'm a Christian, and I'm gonna claim it.
Okay.
Even
all
though I
right.
may not do everything right,
Okay, right on.
Hey, that's
Okay.
the definition of a Christian.
but
Won't he do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Praise the Lord. Duh.
we need that shirt printed
I already
up.
got it, dog. I already got it trademarked. Don't even trip.
Won't he do it? But he told the story about when him and his wife were traveling.
Okay.
And he was going one way, and his wife kept saying, "Hey, I don't think this is the way to go."
Okay.
And he said, "Look, I know what I'm doing. Let me drive." And she just said, and his wife was there, and she said nothing else.
Okay.
So about after half an hour later, he was like, I think we lost. And then she goes, "Well, I told you we should have made that, that turn back there, blah, blah, blah." And he was embarrassed, whatever, but they did it. And he made it funny, whatever.
Right.
To me, we all know, and if y'all want to say it, we all know the role of the woman has changed in America. And not because of what men wanted. It's because of, I think, what has happened with society. Yes, how women have been treated, but also how now it's, especially in the black community, it's more powerful to empower a woman over a man.
Okay.
To keep us down, I believe. That's what I always feel. I just believe that if you are a man that is worthy of it, I think a real woman, no matter what nationality she is, and I'm going to say that because your wife is white, is there to be there.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, no, I didn't, because I know your wife listens to the show, and I ain't want
For
you
the millions of viewers who did not know, now you know.
Blue's wife. We've talked about it before on the okay. I just didn't want your wife to be listening to the show, be like, "Oh, so this what y'all be doing?"
Yeah, go ahead, Doc.
So I just believe that a woman's job is, or part of her job is helping you be the best person that you can be.
Okay.
And I think what has happened, like Nick said, in some cases, our job, our look as a man is now based on what kind of paper you bringing in the house. Just like, and I would say this even in entertainment. Mm-hmm. I could say I'm a celebrity, but because I'm not a millionaire, people won't look at me as a celebrity.
Only you.
Damn, Dave, that's crushed my dreams.
Hey, check this out.
Nah, fuck that.
I got something for you. A man gives a woman his seed, she gives him back his image. And that's in everything.
Yes.
Not just by having a kid.
Right.
When I speak to my wife and telling her my dreams and my aspirations,
That's the seed.
That's the seed.
Okay.
And that's her womb, her everything helps to grow from it.
Okay.
So, as I said before, that he realized we couldn't do it by ourselves.
Right.
And he gave us a helpmate. Someone who can help us. And if I got it, I got you.
Right.
You ain't got to be worried about nothing. I mean, you ain't got to worry about nothing.
But Blue,
Look,
you're talking about a 70s, to me, 50s, 60s, 70s, late 80s type of woman.
My thing is, why should
I mean, and
if
I'm
it works,
not knocking it.
No,
I'm
no,
not,
but if it works, why should it change?
because the ideology of people and women in this country have changed. How many times have you heard or read on social media, "I got mine, I don't need no man, I could do," I mean, yes or no?
because she hasn't
No,
seen
hold
anything
on.
different.
But hold on. But
that's all.
the question
That's the
is,
only reason why.
Question, yes or no? How many times have we heard
Sounds
it?
like welfare to me.
No, it's not. That's not
Sounds
welfare.
like the government. Yeah, they paid women not to have men in the house.
Who did that?
The government.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard for you to get welfare if you got a man in the house.
But what about it? It
You
doesn't.
can't get welfare.
But it's,
You ever seen
but
Claudine?
you're saying
The
welfare. What about the women that aren't on welfare that have their own money that say it?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Where
So-
did they get it from, though, Danny?
No. Hold on. Because you just said something that was real important, and on the real,
I wouldn't
you
have
said
said it
your wife came in. You said your wife will come in and give you the check.
No questions asked.
Okay, so you're not on welfare.
No questions
You're
asked.
in the house, but your wife still honors you. You feel that's the honor of you to give you the check or whatever. How
No,
you guys
'cause-
handle?
no, she
I'm not-
doesn't though. But I'm saying my point is that
But I'm just saying this because not everybody's on welfare. That's what I'm trying to say. Y'all
right.
kept saying it was on welfare, and I'm trying to say
No.
not every woman is going to be on welfare.
Ain't nobody said
No.
No,
He just jumped back to when he asked you what was the purpose of it. He just jumped back to
That was it.
okay.
Yeah,
You
that
just
was it.
being a smart ass.
Yeah, that was it.
Nick, all right, Nick, just stay behind the booth for 5
I'm
minutes. You're
just
on
saying.
the police.
I'm just saying.
Okay, you
like
starting
Blues,
fights.
like Blues Point. You may want it to mean something else, but unfortunately,
Let me ask you your question.
it is what it is.
Let me ask you this question. I'll ask you, Big Dave,
Yeah.
the same question. What do you feel a woman's position is with a
Oh
man?
shit! Here we go. Dave,
Uh-oh, Dave.
see if you go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah. He pointed but with 3 fingers, so you might be really in some of it. No, go ahead.
I've watched relationships over time from my mom and dad, my uncles, my aunts, friends of mine. And for me, the ideal woman is to, as Blue said, to be the best helpmate possible. So wherever I'm deficient, that's where I need for her to be the strongest. Because then that way we work as a unit, equally yoked, and we gonna make the best moves for us. I need a woman who communicates well. I need a woman who has her own thing going on. I need a woman with self-esteem.
But we didn't say what you need.
Okay.
We said, what do you think a woman's position is?
Okay, but
What do you need?
let me finish.
No. I'm not gonna let you say that.
Nah,
because
good point, Danny. Good point.
thank you.
Good point.
Thank
No,
you.
let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
So based on what I need, that woman will be able to, again, prop me up wherever I'm leaning.
Okay, but again, you're saying what you need. If we have a woman here that's not one of our women's, what do you think her position is as a woman towards a man?
Great question.
Towards a man or towards me personally?
Dave, I just said none of us have her.
She asking you for advice.
But I'm saying Nick's question was, what do you think a woman's position is? So I'm saying if just hypothetically you have a woman here and you say, what is her position? What is she supposed to be doing? What is her not title, but what is her position, and what you say?
I don't stop pointing at me, nigga. This is your doing, Danny. You said that a man should do this and a woman should do this.
I did not. He said that.
So I just want to know. Blue broke down how he
I
felt.
broke mine.
Yeah, Blue is clear.
That's why I'm saying I can't.
If you were just giving game, Big Dave.
Me,
Yeah.
I can't say what her role is.
Right.
Because she is her own individual.
Yes.
What I'm saying is,
Totally agree.
if she chooses to be with me,
Right.
her role then becomes
What you need.
support.
Yes.
We become one.
In
Yes.
anything and everything, we are a unit. And
Right.
that's exactly how we going to move. So whenever I fuck up, she got my back.
Right.
She fuck up, I got her back.
Okay.
We are we're conjoined.
Right.
So there really is no role.
That's what I feel, but I think because I feel like this. Like somebody said, in a relationship, it can't be one leader. It can't be one leader.
Listen, I do not agree with Dannon on this one.
Listen
But
to what I'm saying.
please,
Let
no,
me-
finish,
let me-
nigga. I
let-
got to
let
hear
me-
this.
See,
Got to hear this.
listen.
Go ahead.
What I mean by that is,
Yeah.
Dave just said it. There's going to be times when, put it this way, I won't even say Dave, I'll speak for myself. There's going to be times when I may have to lead. It may be times when your wife or your girlfriend may have to lead. So what I'm saying is, yes, at the end, someone has to make a decision. You know what I mean? You have to come up to a decision, but it may be a decision off of what your wife feels the lead and vice versa. At the end of the day, I believe a man should be a man in the house, but why not have it where, you're able to confide in the other person? What's so funny? Fucking funny.
Good, Dick.
No, but that's it. That's it.
Okay, Dick got to say
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Okay, go ahead.
I was playing Blue and I wanted to say something. 1 Corinthians 1:11-3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, meaning where you should get your instructions from is the Bible. That's what this is saying. The head of every woman is the man. So
Now, Nick, you quote the Bible a lot, but then you always get mad because you said they wrote the Bible.
Danny, can I? Who is that? I never said that.
He never said
That's not my philosophy. But Danny,
Go ahead.
so I understand what you're saying,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
Which
because I'm not
a-
saying nothing negative.
which is American philosophy, which is 50-50, right? The Bible is saying for you black men out there and you Hispanic men, It's not 50-50. You need to step up, be a man, and be the head of your household. It is not for your woman to be the head of your household. That's what this is saying.
Okay.
So if you believe in the scripture, that's just what it's saying.
Okay.
That's the position I'm taking.
Here's
I'm
my
the
thing,
head, not the
Danny.
tail.
Name me one animal
Go ahead, Blue. Talk to him.
that have more than one head.
Talk to him, Blue.
More than one head.
It's a two-headed animal. And name me any species that have two heads.
But didn't back in the day the dinosaurs have like a dragon?
Yeah, man, that's
what?
something they drew. That's something they drew.
A dragon.
Oh, so there's no two-headed dragon?
When you see
Yeah,
something,
unicorns are real,
it's
too.
a deficiency in the understanding of Mother Nature.
there
Oh,
re-
wait,
is-
time.
is-
No, Dannon, hold on. That was deep, Blue.
No, I want to know why Blue's stomach is
it.
jiggling right now while he's talking to me.
Hey, wait,
too.
that was I've never
Blue was like this, like, hold on. I'm like, wait a minute, Blue. Why is your stomach jiggling while you talking to me?
I've never heard that analogy, but that was great.
Go ahead,
it-
Blue.
it-
What'd you say, Blue?
It's a
What'd you say?
deficiency in what Mother Nature actually intended.
I'm using that when I get
Which
home,
is
nigga.
one head.
I'm using that.
Message.
One
Shit.
head. So when you
Message.
said, well, there can't be no head. There ain't no such thing.
No, I didn't say it
What'd
can't
you
be no
say?
head.
You said it. You said we split it, right?
I said that there can't be one leader at one time.
What?
You
That's the
can't have
point of
two-
a leader, though.
No, I mean not that. You can't have two leaders. No, what I'm saying is, you can't have two leaders at the same time because you're not going to be going in the right direction. At one time, I'm saying that.
What are you saying to that?
Yeah, because that's not
'Cause
what you
that's
said.
not what you
first.
said at first.
I know what the fuck I
Are you
said.
are
Y'all
you
just
saying
trying to
are you saying that men and women in a functional relationship should both lead?
at some time. Yes, I'm saying that.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, I disagree.
Okay.
Blue disagrees.
So Blue, you trying to tell me, Blue, at no time?
You just
Your wife
finished
knows-
saying that two people can't lead at the same time.
No. Don't flip that shit right now,
You just
motherfucker.
said that
you
now.
no. Nick is saying what I'm saying is that the man should be the leader at all times.
Okay.
I'm asking you now, and I can ask you too, Nick, because you're married. You're trying to tell me at no time in your relationship, your wives are not taking the lead in something, whether it deals with your daughter, the paying of the bills, anything. You're leading everything. You're leading everything.
But I will have you
no,
know,
no. I just asked you a question.
and I'm
bro.
about to answer it.
I ain't asked you reading me a Bible. I said answer the question.
This is
That's
my
it.
answer.
Okay.
The man is the head of the woman. So at no time am I giving them my position. That's my job. That's my only job.
All right. So D.
Okay.
Say you got a woman. Say you
What's
got
that? Corinthians
say,
what? Okay.
1 Corinthians 11:3.
All right, I'm about to
Say
break
you
them
got a
up.
woman. We're gonna
That is what I'm going to go out on a date.
we're gonna
with.
go an imaginary understanding. So say you got a woman.
That's jacked up.
I'm messing with
'Cause
you.
you ain't-
Say
'cause you ain't
you
had
got a
one.
woman.
Hey.
Say you got a woman and
A
you're
long,
sitting at the
long
table.
time
I ain't even
ago.
going to say
You
nothing
sitting at the table.
because I'm live.
Yes.
But I'll just go ahead.
And you're sitting at the table.
Yeah.
And you're negotiating your documentary.
Yeah.
And while you negotiating, she cuts you off and say, no. What Danny's trying to say.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Are you upset about that? Are you a little bit, or would you like the fact that she takes a moment to say, well, can we have a?
I'm gonna tell
I
you-
need to talk.
okay,
I need to talk to Danny.
Okay. If you really want to know the truth on that part,
Right.
one thing I don't like,
Okay.
and I think y'all kind of heard how I was talking. One thing I don't play is if I'm in the middle of a conversation, don't cut me off.
Okay.
Because no matter whether it's my documentary or something else, I already have a mindset of where I'm trying to go with it. And it could
Right.
be a setup. I could be trying to, getting information out of them. So if my woman would cut in a conversation while I'm sitting down there, I'm not going to check her right there per se.
You
but
gonna
I'm
wait
say,
till you get in the limo?
Huh?
You gonna wait till you get in the limo
I'm
with
gonna
her?
get it. Yeah, because I believe that if you do it right, you don't check them in front of her. But you do pull back on her and say, hold on, baby girl, I got this.
Let me
No,
tell
you asked me a question.
That's true. Okay.
So
But-
because
you
one thing
asked me, do I ever let my wife take the lead?
Yes.
Let me tell you what my wife would do. She will never make me look bad.
But I ain't
So
talking about in front of people.
listen,
though.
no. What I'm saying, she will never let me look bad.
Right.
If she knows more about it than I do,
Right.
I know more about it now.
Talk
Because
about it, Blue.
she's gonna make sure I go in there confident in what I'm saying.
But that's not no.
That's,
I think
that's
y'all
taking
kinda-
the lead. She could just go, I ain't gonna tell him
Right,
nothing.
right.
When we get in there, I'll do all the talking.
So then you're right then. But I ain't talking about meetings.
yeah. No, I'm talking about in life, period.
Well, in life, period, you're always going to get some type of
It's
information
the same thing
from
when
your mate.
When the child says that, and she said, you know what, you need to go ask your daddy.
See,
She could have told him. She could have told the child. Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all flipping it around, bro.
Dannon, listen.
Y'all really flipping around.
Blue kicking some real game.
No, I'm not saying he's not kicking real game.
Hold on, Dannon.
But I'm saying
some
he's
more.
flipping it.
I'm gonna give you some more. Even in the scripture talks about this. A woman got a vision she's supposed to take to the kingdom of Israel. Okay. You know what she did?
What?
She took it to her husband.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because it's about order.
Yeah. Okay.
If I'm the head of the household, the moment I look weak, the house is weak.
Oh
Yes.
So if my wife understands that, if I'm Phil Jackson, I'm coaching the team, nigga, don't argue with me about the play.
I'm with you.
When we get in the locker room, you can let me know the nigga was running the trap and I was wrong. But while we on the sideline, I don't give a fuck if you Michael Jordan,
Right.
Scotty, nigga, don't say, get out there, nigga, and run the play.
I just said the same thing.
No.
I'm not going to check her in front of nobody. You know what I mean? I'm not.
No. But Blue's point is, even if his wife knew more, right?
Right.
That wouldn't even be in her forefront. Her forefront, let me educate my man so that we look good.
Okay.
Yes.
Because he still is the head.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
Right.
Because
It's like getting dressed and not brushing your teeth.
we do have an understanding of this.
Damn, who told you?
We do have an understanding of this.
What's up?
Nobody can respect a man that doesn't carry himself like one.
Exactly.
Like no one. I mean,
Right.
whether you gay, straight, or whatever.
No. If you don't act like a man, people ain't gonna. Yeah, I understand that.
No one can respect.
And I think, but what I'm saying is,
And if you
but see,
ain't
I
running,
think y'all, I
you
think
ain't
y'all
running
taking
your
it.
house, it's a problem.
But I think y'all taking my conversation and my quote as letting the woman take over the house, and that wasn't. No, that's what you're saying. No, because you're not, and I don't think it was fair.
Danny, we know
I
for
took
a fact
it because
you
I'm.
wouldn't let no woman take over your house.
No.
We know for a fact.
Yeah, we know that.
We already know
Let
that.
the woman come over, yo.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me play devil's advocate for a minute. So there's never been
That was good, bro.
a situation to where either one of you
Won't he do
have
it?
said, you know what, baby, you go ahead and handle that. I'm cool. Whatever you decide, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, but I'm still the lead.
You still the lead.
Answer the question though.
How are you still leading it if you told her to go ahead and take
I
it?
said because I told her to go
Because-
ahead
yes,
and
he
decide.
did.
Okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Mary knows a little bit
Okay,
more about
I got
that,
you
so
on
I'm
that.
gonna let
Yeah,
Mary. I'm gonna let Mary run lead on this one. Go ahead, Mary.
And then too on and I'm sure Blue can relate to this. I'm sure Blue can relate to this. You know your other half.
Yes.
So I know if my rib is better at getting the bills in order. There's no need for us to have that conversation.
Man.
This is the thing too. I think this ideology comes from a European way of thinking. I don't know black men to want to hold and beat their women down. I've never seen that other than a nigga trying to be a pimp.
Right.
But just in a day-to-day relationship, I've never seen that dynamic. Now
Right.
we've seen that in the European day-to-day dynamic where it's a woman should make less. You're not the same. When the scripture was saying this, it wasn't to down a woman. It was to actually have her embrace her role and just for the man to embrace his role. If the woman ain't holding me down and she's not my helpmate, as Blue said earlier, I can't even get my job done. I really have no one to lead.
Okay,
So
but-
it's not a matter. So when I say that I'm the head and not the tail, it's not a matter of me being more important. That's
Okay.
just the order of
Okay,
things.
but like again, you guys really agreed with what I said. Y'all just said it differently because again, no, you did because I said at sometimes your wife has to take the lead, and you're just saying that what you hold on. You just said, yeah, my wife may be better at paying bills, and I'm telling her, okay, that's what. So you still feel like you're in the lead position because you told your wife to handle it. But if like Blue said, if you know that your wife or your girlfriend or someone is better in doing something to keep the house rolling or to keep your life rolling, then why not? I mean, that's her being in the lead. That's her leaving, saying, you know what? Let me go ahead and take care of these bills for the house. Let me do this. Let me do that. It doesn't diminish you as a man. It just says that she's better. I'm trying to figure out how does it diminish you as a man?
Because you're saying that she gonna tell me that she finna handle the bills. And no,
Nick,
that's the
come on,
thing.
Nick,
no, hold on,
come on, Nick.
Danny,
Nah,
no,
Nick, I'm
we
not
black.
saying it
Hold
that
on,
way,
Danny,
bro.
we black
I
though.
know we black, but I'm not saying
listen,
that,
with your
Nick.
parents, you can't tell your parents shit, no matter how you meant it. My dad's a comic. I couldn't tell my dad a damn thing, nigga. I can't tell you with nothing. He gonna tell me right or wrong. I understand the respect level on that, and it's not a fear thing. I don't have to look at my dad like a bad person.
No,
It's about
yeah.
no, because you're right. We understand that communication. It's
Right.
about respect and
Right.
order. Why can't my woman just have that same respect for me and just say, you know what?
But that
before I do
is-
anything,
yeah.
let me run this by my man.
Yeah, but you know what? That is. I'm not saying in terms of women that are out there, be like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and you know, we're not saying that. I don't think we're even saying that at all.
No, it's just you, Dannon.
Nah, no, don't throw that on me. Don't throw that on me, because I know you're joking, but I don't want people to think that that's being thrown on me, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying exactly what Blue said. If your wife or your girlfriend has a certain strength and you know they're good at it, hey, baby girl, go ahead and handle those bills, or you know what? Why don't you handle this? I'll handle the grass. You know what I mean? You handle all of the dusting and whatever the situation may be. So I mean, I don't think that's what I'm saying about two people lead at different times. But I do believe in situations at some time in a relationship, someone, especially a major one, like if you want to buy a house or do something like that, someone's got to be, and in this case, I believe the man, especially if he's being the man, saying, you know what, babe, we don't need this house. We should do this, or whatever the situation may be.
Why the man in that situation?
Well, why not? Because you just said.
Well, I'm asking you, your position. So why?
Well, no, I'm going off of what you said, though. I'm going off what you said in terms of the man making the final decision.
But I'm saying at all things.
Okay, but I'm just.
So I'm asking you, what qualifies that situation?
All things still mean that you gave your wife, I won't say permission, but you gave your wife the empowerment of saying you handle the bills. It's still the same thing. What are you saying, Nick?
Hey, Danny, let me ask you a question.
And how the fuck is we getting on me? That's what I need to know.
Danny, let me ask you a question.
What you trying to say?
So we're going to go with this buying a house. You and your wife are sitting right there in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
But when I talk, I'm looking at her. How do you feel?
I'm not going to feel no kind of way, because she ain't going to make the final decision. So you kind of wasting your time.
When I talk,
You asked me a question.
Her, right.
That's
But when I talk, I'm looking at her, and I ain't looked at you not one time.
Because
what am I saying?
You're giving her more respect than me. So, but we're not talking about.
And I'm saying, you know what else I'm saying? You know the way to destroy a man is through his woman.
Yeah, but I think we're all.
Easy to destroy him through his woman,
But you know
because
what?
if he can't be the head of his household.
But
he can't even control his. He can't control his house. He can't control his house.
But Blue, that's not what the discussion was about.
You could be thinking that you slick, because in a lot of relationships,
you a fool. You ain't slick. You a fool.
If you appease the woman, the man gonna go ahead and do it, because every woman should have her dream home, quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
So if you go ahead and you focus strictly on her, you thinking you gonna sell her, and then she's gonna convince him.
No, but if I got the real
It really
I'm talking to him, looking at her from time to time when I'm making emphasis on different situation. But you never take your focus off of the man.
But you just said what Dave said. You just said what Dave. You just made Dave's point.
What?
When there's certain parts of the conversation that you want to emphasize, make it more important, you said you want to focus on this person or vice versa. But at the end, they're both gonna make a decision, and
I'll
the man
say something like this.
What?
Man, so this house right here, look, it's got 5 bedrooms. Oh man, it's got an amazing backyard, beautiful flowers. Mm-hmm. That's when I use things that I know that she'll be excited about.
But see, Blue,
That's exactly what I just said.
Yeah, and Blue, you're
going to appease her on the salesman end.
But I started
But now you're talking about.
I'm just talking to her and not you. What have I said about you?
But me personally, it don't matter what the fuck you say to her, because I'm like D. I know at the end of the day, either we making this decision together, or I'm going.
Let me ask you a question. Are you still gonna do business with this dude and he ain't looked at you not one time?
Hell no.
No, but that's different from what the conversation is.
And walk out?
No, you don't do that. I'll let you finish. Matter of fact, I'll let you drink tea with me. Don't mean I'm gonna come back.
How long you gonna let somebody spit on you before you wipe your face?
But they're not spitting on me. How is you spitting on me?
That's a cold turn right there.
But that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it is.
No,
because
if
he's just talking to her and never look at
Blue, you have changed the narrative 4 motherfucking times, Blue.
Spin doctor.
He's spin doctor right here. Yeah.
Spin doctor, baby.
I'm telling you right now. I can see why you run your house, because your wife is confused by the time
that's hilarious.
She asked you who ate the chicken. You I didn't walk the dog. You know what I mean? What the fuck? You changed.
What the hell you talking about, a porcupine?
Yeah, what you saying, porcupine?
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say,
the pimp is in the house.
We've had a great time like we always do.
Sitting up here talking
Wait,
shit.
Blue, before we got here.
Go
Quick
ahead.
question for you guys. 30 seconds. Give the fans something to watch on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
I know everybody kind of wind down. I unfortunately watched the movie last night. I am not telling anyone to watch this. You know what I mean? It's called.
Who was in it first?
It's called The Assignment. I had a crush on this woman for a long time. That's why I clicked on it. What's her girl from Fast and Furious? Michelle Rodriguez?
Yeah.
She got a nudity scene in here. That's the only reason I watched the movie. But
They got her naked, huh?
Yeah, no,
Paid the break. They paid the well.
Yeah. It's a horrible movie though. But
Wow.
It's
So
called The
isn't that
Assignment.
bad? It's not bad to be ass naked in a bad movie.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Shout out to Swordfish.
Way to go.
Ah!
Ooh, who said Halle Berry?
Funny that you say that because when Halle Berry did that role, my mother was upset because she felt like at that point in time of her career, what did she need to do it for?
It was Swordfish or was it Monsters Ball?
Well, she put the
Monster
titties out
Ball.
in Swordfish.
Yeah,
she got
Monster
smashed
Yeah,
in Monsters Ball.
Monster
I was
Ball.
gonna say, yeah, Monster
It was
Ball.
Monster Ball.
The
She
titties
like
was out in
that.
Swordfish. Though. I
It's big.
remember
Yeah,
that.
when they paid her extra for her to do that, just to do that.
All right, Blue. What we watching this weekend? What you got on?
Yeah, I saw that movie.
Wait, question.
I'm like overlooked.
Are
I
we
done
celebrating
seen
the
everything.
4th?
Yeah, are we
celebrating the fourth.
blacking out?
Are we blacking out for the 4th?
Let's ask Nick.
Well,
Oh,
first
no,
of
no.
all-
We already know Nick's
First,
here.
that's what I said. Let's ask Nick.
First of all, it don't really matter.
Nick is blacking
It
out.
look, it don't really matter
Nick is
because they
Malcolm
closed
X
it.
out.
They closed everything and shut everything down.
But that's not the
I
question
would
asked.
I would encourage every black person just to take this time, this 4th of July, to just research what they are actually celebrating on the 4th of July. That's it. And if you still want to go out there and barbecue, then do your thing.
It's okay to barbecue in your backyard, though. I mean, is that an issue?
Listen, you should see. You should just go
I mean, if you
and
want to
look
eat,
up what was happening on the 4th of
you wanna
July.
eat?
To your
Okay.
ancestors. And if that's what you want to party about, then nigga, do you.
just think about this. If you
Don't say me to think about shit. All y'all gonna eat on the 4th, though,
If
goddammit.
you was gonna barbecue anyway,
Okay,
then barbecue.
go ahead. But Dave's question, which nobody's seen and want to answer, is: are y'all blacking out on the 4th of July? Yes or
What
no?
does blacking out mean?
I don't know. Ask Dave. He asked the motherfucking
Hey, what's that
question.
mean? What's blacking out?
First of all, are you celebrating or are you spending any money?
Yeah.
Are you going to be monetarily involved on the 4th of July?
I don't even.
I don't know.
I don't
I done already
even
bought the
acknowledge
brisket.
it, so I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't even acknowledge.
I done already
it.
bought the brisket. I'm so sorry.
I might go get some meat somewhere. It's gonna be on sale.
No.
They gonna do the brisket.
Nope.
I done already bought.
You don't buy no damn meat. You don't buy shit.
It's too late.
You
Why?
go to your backyard, eat
I
some
bought some
grass.
short ribs too. Some baby back beef ribs too.
That nigga said that's too late.
Hey, listen, man. If anybody just want to cook on that day because meat's on sale, let
I
me
was
know.
gonna cook
nigga.
anyway.
We'll pull up, nigga. if we just cooking just to cook, nigga, let me know.
Nick said, I may not cook, but I will take a rib with me.
Hey, Nick, that's going to be on the 11th.
You feel me? Hey, I'm cool with that.
That's going to be on the 11th.
I'm cool with that.
What's that?
Huh?
What's on the 11th?
I don't like you like that.
Damn. Oh, shit.
You're not included, nigga. You on the other list.
Hey, Dave, guess what? When you go home tonight, I'll be behind you in the car. I'll be following you all the way up to the 11th.
Whatever you do, don't run up from behind. Whatever you do.
Somebody said listen to Frederick Douglass's speech on the 4th of July.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, critical thinker. Thank you, brother.
I'm not too familiar with that speech, but I will be checking it out.
Uh-oh. That means next week Nick will be come back angry.
No, Nick going to be standing outside with a long arm wishing a motherfucker would. That's what's going to happen.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I have to say, out of
Nothing
the blue,
pissed us off this week?
Oh, well,
Did anything piss us off this week?
anything piss y'all off?
Yeah, Danny.
Hold on, let me. Hey, y'all gotta go real quick. I'm gonna get rid of my live feed first.
I got something real quick. I'm gonna say I don't know if everybody knows how I feel about voting. I don't know
Y'all
how
be
you
good.
guys feel
Okay.
about voting.
Okay.
But if anybody's interested in voting for Joe Biden, I'm gonna leave a link in the chat room. Just make sure you check out this video before you go vote for Mr. Sleepy Joe, as the president likes to call him.
Go.
And just briefly some history on Joe Biden. He is the one responsible for the three strike laws.
Yes, he is.
He's not solely responsible.
I didn't say solely.
Even
We don't have to go
even Bernie Sanders voted for that shit. So
listen, I throw all of them in the pot, nigga. If you're asking me,
that's true.
but
What
just
about
have
Joe
to-
Biden saying that he didn't want his kids to go to school with black people because they were animals?
The only thing I will say about that
He did call you super predators.
is
I mean,
no, that was actually Hillary who did that shit.
Damn!
I'm gonna post the video.
Both
The only thing I will say is that me personally, I am about being right now and correct later. Because I know what we currently rolling with ain't gonna get no better. So I would rather deal with a new evil as opposed to dealing with the old evil that I already know.
I'm gonna opt
That's
out
just
of
me.
both of them.
I'm not going to comment.
There you go, Danny. My guy.
You haven't figured out who you're gonna vote for yet?
I'm
No,
not.
he ain't figured out if he gonna vote yet.
I'm not going to comment.
Yeah, he's pretty much on the fence.
But just in case you don't know, you
I
can.
am not going to.
Convicts can vote in California.
I know.
You
thank
worried about
Oh,
it?
felonies. I'm good. Okay.
wow.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That cocaine deal didn't hurt my back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hurt my
once
chest.
again, Out of the Blue has been definitely a good show today.
And definitely been out of the blue.
We miss you, Maria, because we know you listening. We know you listening.
Especially when we start talking about that women stuff.
Yeah, thank God you wasn't here, because the fight would have broken out
man.
this
I
month.
would love to hear her opinion on what
my
you said
God.
a woman job is.
That was him.
Shout out to Maria.
Yeah, shout out to Maria.
Much love. And hey, D Green, David Williams, Big D,
Yes, sir.
Nick, the Honorable, and my name is Blue Mitchell.
Big
Much
Blue. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. Welcome to the #1 show that you will hear anywhere in this country or any other continent in the world. You're listening to Out of the Blue, starring Blue Mitchell, Maria.